soft skill. Thank you so much, Naomi. You guys have soft skills class by 11:30. So you guys should take notes, please. So we have 2 hours for the class. Are we together, please?
Yeah.
Okay. So I said that we should drop our project. Okay. What I'll do is, please, every group leader should send me a mail. I want to see what you have done so far. If it's problem statement that you have so far, maybe it's just your problem title. I want to see it so that we know where to come in to help. Please, I need to see it. I've asked since, and nobody's dropping it. Nobody's dropping it on the group. I've asked for that since, and nobody's dropping it on the group. Guys, so I don't even want to see it on the group again because we really don't have time. So I can't deal with that anymore right now. So please, I think Oluwaseyi has my mail, or maybe I should just drop it here. Or let me just drop it here. So please, if you belong to a group, if your group leader is not on call, you can just copy it and send it on the group at gmail.com. Please, I want you to email me your problem. I want to see what you have done so far, either your problem statement, anything, or just the title. Maybe it's just the title you have. I want to see it. I want to believe that right now, everybody has a title for their project. There's really no time, guys. There's really no time. Naomi has dropped your attendance. Please fill the attendance. I've dropped the mail. Please email me. I'd expect your mail. Okay. Yeah, okay. So I said that somebody said they have designed a portfolio for the graphics group. Okay. For those that have not done it, please do it because it's very important to, at the end of the day, your portfolio must be up to like 50 pages by the time we are done with this project design phase. So start working on it so that as you are working, you are putting it up there. Don't wait till the very last minute. Okay, so let's get into the class of today.
Good morning, ma.
Who is that? Oh, good morning.
Israel. Yeah, it's Israel. I have a comment, or should I say kind of an observation. It's about since the beginning of the research class. And to be honest, if I want to voice out my observation, the class has been kind of too abstract.
Has been what?
Has been kind of abstract. Let's put it that way. Like it's not practical.
Yeah, because there's a lot of talking.
Yeah, besides too much overload of information. Now, and I think the best way I believe the best way to lighten the load.
Okay.
Just like someone mentioned, we're having a capstone project and we are giving assignment.
Okay.
And we are asked to come up with ideas. And I think this.
You know that this assignment that you're doing is the same thing you do in your capstone project. So in a way, we are trying to prepare you for what you need to do. Really.
I understand more. So before that, as I was saying, I believe it would have been a bit easier if they had given us a particular thing to work on. For example, you already come up with a product and you just said, okay, this is the product you will be working on. Each and every group of you, I want to see whatever you've done on this product. That will have made it a bit easier than we trying to look for things. Then now concerning
that's what I just said, right?
Also concerning the research.
Gabriel, please send me a mail. Don't send it to the group chat again. Send me a mail. Thank you.
Also concerning the research, like we're talking about, many of us, in fact, we're not sure whatever we are doing, honestly. Because like you said, many of them it would have been better if these things were taught probably with a particular product. For example, even if you don't even explain any of all these things, that we spend time explaining. If you had given probably you brought probably a comprehensive research plan or research this, and you're showing us, or you're trying to explain that whatever was done in that research plan, it would have been easier if they could. It would have been easier for them to incorporate the explanations,
right?
While trying to explain, yes.
Okay.
And for example, I don't know how to even form, for example, for my group now.
Let me cut you short. There's really no time. Let me cut you short. But what I'll do is I'll send you guys a case study. Is that fine?
Yeah, that would be very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll send you a case study. Yes, thank you. I'm so sorry. I apologize on behalf of Capstone or on behalf of DPD. Joyce, I see your hands up. Do you want to say something? We really need to start right now because we didn't finish yesterday and we have a lot to cover today. Joyce, do you want to say something or should I as well?
Yeah, I wanted to, yes, please.
Okay,
about the assignment.
Okay.
I feel like the capstone project and what he wants us to do are similar, but the timing is what is not working because we have meetings with our capstone project. We are trying to brainstorm and bring out topics, and we have the same meeting with another group. So the groups are just too much. Can we just concentrate on one group and deliver because there's no time?
Don't worry, you guys will survive. Don't worry, you need the stretching. Trust me. Don't worry, you guys will survive. Like I said, I'll send a case study. I hope that it will help you. And that's why I'm saying, I'm still saying it, that every group leader should get across to me. Send me what you're working on. So let me see how I can help you, probably help you reshaping your problem statement or something. Just send me what you're working on so that we know that everybody's on the right track. Please don't get silent. Don't get silent. Speak up. I mean, not right now. I mean, speak up by sending a mail. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's get on to the class of today. We have a very limited time. Okay, so we're supposed to have discussed this yesterday, but let's just get on to it. So we are going to start with, we did affinity mapping yesterday, yes. Because there is no time, I would have asked if you understood what I sent yesterday, but then let's just get on to the class of today. We can talk about that later. Okay, so competitive analysis, we brushed through it yesterday, but today I want us to quickly run over it. Okay, so one of the research that we'll be doing is competitive analysis. And like we discussed yesterday, competitive analysis, like what I have right here, is a strategy that involves researching major competitors to gain insights into their product, their sales. Who is that? Okay, I really want, okay, can we all mute our mics? Maybe I should help you. Let me just help you here. Please, if you want to say anything, you can drop your question. If you have any question or observation, please drop it in the chat box and I will attend to it as soon as I can. Thank you. Okay, so like I was saying, competitive analysis is a strategy that involves researching major competitors to gain insights into their products, their sales, and their marketing tactics. Like the case study that we took yesterday, like you're trying to come up with a new beverage. I mean, your competitors are like you mentioned yesterday, we have Milo, we have Bonvita, Ovaltine, Peak, Loya, and the rest of them. So competitive analysis is trying to gain insights to these existing products already, because your product is new. Please, can the docs that were sent yesterday be sent again today? Okay, Chuku, I don't understand what you mean. Is it that you did not get it? Please explain. Sorry for the distraction, please. Okay, so competitive analysis is you trying to understand your competitor, basically. Like somebody said, is looking into your competitor, like you're carrying magnifying glass and you're looking into them to see what makes them tick, to see what they are doing right, to see what they are doing wrong, to see what they can improve on, which is what you will now capitalize on as a new product that is trying to penetrate the market. Okay, it says implementing stronger business strategies, warding off competitors, and capturing market share are just a few benefits of conducting a competitive market analysis. What is a competitive market research? It focuses on finding and comparing key market metrics that help identify differences between your products and services and those of your competitor. Okay, so what you're trying to do is, okay, so I'm new in market. What am I bringing to the table? And what is already existing? So you're trying to compare, okay, compared to what is on ground, like how am I doing? I think it will be, should I say, an error, or it wouldn't make sense if you are coming out as a new product and your product is doing less than what is in the market. I mean, it doesn't really make any sense. So if you are coming out new, it would make sense if you are doing, the least you can do is to do the same that your competitor is doing. That's the least you can do, actually, to do as much as they are doing. If you are doing less, then you really don't have a market, because, okay, so I've already been drinking Milo for 20 years, and you are coming in and your product is substandard to Milo. Why would I want to use your product? If you are not giving me a more standard product, maybe you can give me a lesser price. Okay, that could make me want to, okay, let me say, maybe I can consider it if your prices are way cheaper, but then it still depends on, at the end of it, it still depends on preference. So even if your product is cheaper, if it doesn't really taste good, I still might not go for your product. So, I mean, all these things are just competitive research. Okay, a competitive analysis can help you learn the in and out of your competition, basically. And it says, identify potential opportunities. Yes, that is where, where they are not doing so well, like their weaknesses, their shortcomings, then that is where you now capitalize on. That is where your own opportunity lies. It says where you can outperform them. That is what you are looking for. When you're looking at your competitor, you're looking for loopholes. You're looking for where you can penetrate from, where you can outperform them, basically. It also enables you to stay atop of industry trends and ensure that your product is consistently meeting and exceeding industry standard. Especially for products, for a field like product design, they are industry standard. They are standard that you need to meet when you are coming out with products. I don't know if you have already discussed that. If you have not, we'll still discuss that later. Okay, so why do I have to perform competitive analysis? Can't I just come up with a product and just push it out there in the market? Okay, so let's look at the why. The first one says it helps you identify the product's unique value proposition and what makes your product different from your competitors, which can inform future marketing efforts. So you know what you're bringing to the market, you know what is already in the market. That's what the first one is saying. Second one says it enables you to identify what your competitor is doing right, what they are doing right, what makes them stand out in the market, what makes them top of the chart in the market. And this information is critical for staying relevant and ensuring that both your products and your marketing campaigns are outperforming industry standard. If you don't know what the standard is out there, at the end of the day, you might not really know what to do. That's a fact. So you really need to know. Okay, you really need to know the standard that is out there, like the standard that is out there, you really need to know so that you can know how to meet that standard and outperform that standard. The third one says, it tells you where your competitors are falling short. I've already mentioned that. You will see the loopholes, you will see what they need to work, what they need to improve on, and you can capitalize on that. You can use that as your major marketing strategy, how to penetrate the market, which helps you to identify areas of opportunities in the marketplace, test out new, unique marketing strategies that haven't been taken advantage of. Okay, the fourth one says you learn how customer reviews. Okay, you learn through customer reviews what's missing in your competitors' products. Of course, for every product, there are reviews everywhere. And as we know that we are in the jet age, everything is on social media right now. You just need to search for it. If you research it, you'll find it. So if you go out there to do your competitors' analysis, you will see what customers are saying. And from what customers are saying, you just pack the reviews and see if it is something that you can incorporate into your own products. Thereby, when you come out, you're coming out strong and you're coming out top of the chart. And it also provides you with a benchmark against which you can measure your growth. Very important. Like I said before, if you don't know what they are doing out there, if you don't know what the standard is, how do you know what to measure up to? How do you know if you are doing well? How do you know if you're on the right track? So all these things helps keep you in check. Okay, so how do you do your competitors analysis? Okay, so we have talked about what competitive analysis is. We have talked about why. Now, how do you do it if you want to do it for your product? First one says you have to that's the first thing. You have to know who your competitors are, rather. You have to know who your competitors are. Okay, so if you are trying to build, if you are trying to come up with a new condom now, for an example, you need to know who are the top guys doing condom right now in the industry. Can some people mention some names? I don't know if we have some gurus in the house that can mention some top names. I know everybody will be forming since now. Anybody, any name out there that you know are very good with condoms? I know some on the top of my head, but not because I'm a regular customer, but because these people have a very good strategy in penetrating the market. Okay, so one that is readily in my head, I know they're always in my face, is Durex. I don't know if anybody has noticed their posts. Durex is just, those guys they've gone, sincerely, they've gone. Okay, what? Okay, you guys you're on the group. Rosemary said we don't know. Are you sure you don't know? Okay, Joy says Durex. Good. Durex are always in our face. As in, those guys they are amazing. Lil says Kiss. I think I've heard about that. Larry Waju says Good Circle. I bet those ones should go and sit down. I think they're in the market because they are really cheap. And Nigeria, we like cheap things. Thomas says Fiestas. Okay. Lily says Fire. Okay. Marianne, Durex. Chineye, Rough Riders. Okay. But I don't know. Me, I shall know Durex because they're always in my face. I don't know. I challenge you right now. Go on Pinterest and just type Durex. You will see the posts that will come up. These guys are amazing. As in, their mind is, those guys have just gone. Like, their market strategy. Durex is remain, okay, I mean, Rosemary says Durex is remaining for them to put it into your cart. I'm telling you, like, their post literally is, they can almost talk it in your mouth, like, you have to use this thing. Olariwaji says, so you mean Gold Circle needs to rebrand to be able to come? Gold Circle, don't even go there. Gold Circle and Durex, like, I mean, they should go and sit down. We are talking about Gold Circle, Bao. So, I mean, that's for them. I'm sure that they have done a good competitive analysis because, okay, thinking about it, I don't know how long they have been in the market actually. But I don't think they have been in the market as long as these guys. I don't know. I've actually not researched that. Maybe something that I need to research, but I don't know. All of a sudden, they were just in the market. So it means that they have done something. They have done a research underground, and all of a sudden, it just looks like they came out of nowhere. Really, nobody comes out of nowhere. It just means that these people have been doing something on the ground that we are not seeing. And finally, the work that they have put into it have actually paid off. That's why it always looks like, oh, these people just came out of nowhere. Nobody really comes out of nowhere. Okay, so back to the how. Number one, like I said, you have to determine your competitors. So there are two types of competitors actually. There are direct competitors and there are indirect competitors. Using food vendors. Okay, let me say, if you're a pastry shop, if you are working on something, maybe for a pastry shop or for a cake shop, okay, so your direct competitors will be like Cakes and Creams. I don't know if you know Cakes and Creams in Lagos. They are like the big boys in Lagos. Funny enough, that's the only name I know. Cakes and Creams. Does anybody have any other cake people? Like top cake people? I think those are the only ones that I know, like that everywhere. Cakes and Creams. So those are like your direct competitor, actually. Okay, I have Tears of Delight, Diva Cakes. Okay, Okay, so those are like your direct competitors. I would like to divide the direct competitor into two groups too, in a way. Okay, so like I said, you have direct competitors, you have indirect competitors. The direct competitors, I would have to have like group A and group B. Okay, so group A are like the top guys in the industry. Let me just put it that way. Group A, like the top guys in the industry. Okay, so like you're like you're designing for a cake person that is just new in the industry, somebody that is just new in the industry. You can't really say that cakes and creams are your competitor. Why? Because these guys, do you know how many years that they have put, how many years work that they have put into what they're doing? I mean, they have been in the industry for years. You can't even, you just kill yourself if you say you want to measure up to those ones. You can use them as, okay, as performance measure. Yes, you can use them as performance measure so that you know what you are working towards. That's why I said I want to divide the direct competitors into two. Washayi, do you want to say anything? This one that you're muting your mic. Okay, I would assume that that's an error. Okay, so like I said, so the A group are the top guys in the industry. Like, I don't know who Cake Divas is, but if they're like the top guys, so they should be in group A, like Cake Divas, like the cakes and creams, like the Tears of Delight, like D said, like the Diva cakes, like D said. Cold Stone is not a Cold Stone is an ice cream shop. Okay, yes, they are into cakes too. Okay. Yes, I think I've seen a couple of cakes. I don't know about their cakes though. I just know about their ice cream. Okay, so let's assume that. Okay, I won't put them in your direct competitor. Don't worry, we'll put them in the indirect when we get to that. Okay, so that's your group A. So now the group B, those are really your real competitors. Okay, so who are the group Bs? I would say people that okay, so when you're looking at your competitors, so one of the things that you're looking at is how long have these guys been in the market and what are they doing? Like what waves are they moving? I mean, what impact are they having in the market? So those are the things that will make you know that, okay, this one belongs to the group A or the group B. You belong to the group B. So your direct competitors are the ones that should be in group B. So that should be like the regular pastry shop in your area, the regular cake shop in your area rather. So sorry, are we understanding so far? Or do we have any questions? Please, if you have any questions, say drop it in your group, in the chat box. Thank you, but I need feedbacks. Do we understand so far? Let me be sure that I'm not just talking to myself. And is my network okay? Please, feedback. Okay, Joyce says yes, makes sense. Just 6, yes. Okay. I just wanted to be sure that we're following the way that everywhere is just quiet. Okay, now to your indirect competitors. Okay, Edosa, thank you. I see that. Okay, now to your indirect competitors. Okay, because in the long run, you belong to like the food market, or let me say you belong to like the pastry markets. You know that cake is just one pastry out of the ocean of pastries. Pastry, when you're talking about pastry, we are talking about the chin-chins, you're talking about the donuts, you're talking about the samosas, the small chops, the finger foods. I mean, it's a whole lot. So you designing for a cake shop, that's just like a pinch out of the ocean. So do you understand? So your indirect competitors will be like, now you can now mention Cold Stone, like people that also do cake, but they also do more. So those are people that you can use as your benchmark, maybe something that you're working towards. These are the people that you use to measure your standard. Okay, am I working? Am I up to standard? Those are the people that will really dare you to do more. Those are the people that you really want to use to compare. You don't compare yourself with those ones with a group B, where you actually belong. You don't compare yourself to that. You are comparing yourself to group A, which are the big boys in the cake industry. And also you're comparing yourself more to the group B too, so that it helps you to see better. You see better. You see a better future where you can be, where you are not right now. Okay, so you really know where you need to know where you are, and that is the group B. But then you need something to help you project something. I mean, you need to see beyond where you are, basically. So that's what that is about. Okay, so let's move on. I spent too much time on that. Okay, so the second one says determine what products your competitors offer. And that is, I've already discussed that in the group A, the group B, the direct and indirect competitors, the product that they offer. Do you want to offer the same thing that they're offering? Do you want to offer more? So you need to determine that. The third one says research your competitors' sales tactics and research how are they, what's their market penetration like? What's their sales strategy like? And like I said, we are in the jet age. Everything is on the internet right now, except if you don't want to do the work. If you research, you will find out stuff, really. The fourth one says, take a look at your competitors' pricing as well as any perks they offer. That is very important. Okay, so as a new business in town, I'm still using the pastry shop as a case study right now. As a new pastry shop, I don't think it's wise, even if you believe that your product is as good as what Cakes and Creams are giving out. It's possible. Don't let me say it's not possible. Yeah, it's possible for you to have the same pricing as they do, but it's not very advisable. I mean, you are new in the market, except if you have a very strong market strategy. You have a very strong way that you want to penetrate the market. That is the only way that you can have the same pricing as somebody that has been in the market for 10 years. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So as a new person in town, it's very important that your pricing should I say is competitive or is not competitive. Your pricing it should be a little bit lower than those big boys out there. I mean, what you're trying to do, first of all, is you're trying to come to the market. You're trying to bring awareness to your products. So you can't do that by coming out big. No, you can't do that. So you have to come out. I don't want to say come out small, but I'm sure that you understand what I'm saying. You have to, yes, like Mide said, your pricing should be considerate. We don't know you yet. That's the point. We don't know you. You might actually be better than Cakes and Cream. But the point is, we don't know you. We have not had your products. And how do we have your product? What will make us want to have your product? And that's the pricing. So you should work on your pricing. Make sure that your pricing gives you an edge in the market, gives you a place in the market. Yes, Kabir says Biggie strategy. I mean, Biggie came and their prices was just, their prices were actually way cheaper than the normal Coke and all that. And now, I mean, they are already in the market, actually, even though some people will still say, if it's not Coca-Cola, I'm not taking it. But then Biggie already has a place in the market. I mean, they've already come up with a lot of new products. They have a lot of flavors now. That, I mean, their market penetration is superb. So that's one thing you should look at. Also, ensure that you are meeting competitive shipping costs. Also, just like the pricing, so your shipping costs too. Ensure that you're not using the same shipping costs that Cakes and Creams are using. Ensure that it's something that can help you get an edge in the market. Okay. Next one says, analyze how your competitors market their product. Very important. Very important. How do they market? That's their market strategy, basically. You need to know so that you can do better. If you cannot, okay, you can do like they're doing, and hopefully in the long run, you can do better. So you need to understand it. If you don't understand it, then what are you measuring up to? I hope we understand thus far. The next one says, take note of your competition's content strategy. Okay, I want to run a little bit fast. The next one says, learn what technology stack your competitors use. Technology stack that they use. we need to know that. Okay, so the world is moving at a very fast pace. I mean, some years back, it was about website, but now everybody is even switching to mobile apps. They want to have it in your face because, okay, so every one of us here now, I'm sure that probably 90% of the class should be joining from their phone, 90% of the class. Most of the time we spend a lot of people spend a lot of time on social media every day. And the medium we use is our phones. The Oyinbo man has made it so easy that they put your computer in your phone and they give it to you. So you literally have your computer on your phone. To be weird for somebody to be online with their laptop, except they are working. What I'm trying to say is that the number of people that are on the mobile, they are now larger. Should I say they are, in a way, yes, they are larger than the people that are on the web. So most businesses are now moving to the mobile because that's where you spend all your day, actually. So it says that learn what technology stack that your competitors are using. So your competitors are already using mobile phone apps, and you want to come into the market and you want to do websites. You can see that you're already limiting yourself. So we need to take note of that. The next thing, okay, so when I say your competitors, I'm assuming that you are the UX designer that is working for this new business that is just coming up, this new pastry shop. So when I'm saying that your competitor, I'm talking about the people that you're working for. So I hope we understand and we are not confused. Please, if you have any questions, drop it in the chat box. I'll attend to it as soon as I can. The next one says, analyze the level of engagement on your competitors' content. Also, everything is on social media. Everything is just research, basically. Also, the next one says, observe how they promote marketing content. The next one says, look at their social media presence, their strategies, go to platforms. The point is, just like I've been saying since, you really cannot do more than what you don't know. If you want to do more than something, you have to know what you are trying to measure up to. So there has to be a knowing. Research is very important. Research is very important. Go on social media, see what other people are doing. There's a rule in UX design. Okay, maybe not a rule, but I don't know who said it now. It says, as a UX designer or as a product designer, your job is not to reinvent. We didn't call you to reinvent the wheel. There are already something that is in the market. So even when you start designing your interfaces and all that, we don't expect you to come up with something different than what is out there. What we need you to do is go out there, see what is really trending right now. Okay, so if you check, we're in February right now. If you check maybe like December or maybe middle last year, there were some trends in the market. There were some design trends that were in the market. But if you check right now, there are new trends. So that is what we want you to measure up to. Look at the trend right there. We don't want you to come up with something new because at the end of the day, and that is part of okay. Oluwaseyi, please, have you, as Mr. Muyiwa discussed heuristics of UX design with you guys? Has he? If he has not, it's something that I would like to run over before today's class is over, because it's very important. Has he?
No, the name sounds familiar, sorry, but I can't really.
Heuristics of design, they're about 10.
You didn't.
No, I don't think it does. I don't think you did. Sorry.
You did, right? Okay, it's fine. Okay, Rosemary says he mentioned
it, I think. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll try and run over it. Please remind me. I hope I have the time. Class is ending by 11:30, right? 11:30. So that means we have 1 hour, 30 minutes more. I'll try and run over it because it's very important. Okay, so where was I? Okay, look at their social media presence, strategy, go to plus. Okay, so I was saying that there's already something that already exists. We don't expect you to reinvent the wheel, as the saying goes. We don't expect you to come up with something new. Of course, we want you to come up with something fabulous. We want you to come up with something cool, something beautiful, something pretty. But then we don't want you to come up with something that the users will not understand. The thing is, Okay, don't let me get ahead of myself. It's part of the things that we'll discuss much later today. Okay, so the last one says perform a SWOT analysis to learn their strengths, their weaknesses, their opportunity, and their threats. Basically, I would say that this last point summarizes all what we have been discussing since on the how. Everything that we have been discussing since on the how is basically you studying their strengths, their weaknesses, their opportunities, and their threats. Okay, so with a few points, I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that competitive analysis is very, very important. Okay, are we together? Before we move on, please, I want feedback. Are we together? Do we understand what we have discussed so far? Any observation, any question?
I have a question.
Okay.
Regarding the competitive, yes, regarding the competitive analysis.
Okay.
So, I want to see if this is an example. So for our capstone project, we came up with a project that wanted to carry out, or that wants to carry out, and discovered that a group in the first cohorts that presented did something similar to that. So we're now trying to analyze what they did and what we could add, or how we could do better than them. Is that an example of competitive analysis, and is it allowed to do that?
That's not competitive analysis. That's not competitive analysis. Okay, so when you're doing competitive analysis, you're supposed to compare yourself with an existing product. Those people that you're comparing, that you're talking about now, I'm sure that is not an existing product. They're also trying to penetrate the markets, right? Am I right? Rosemary?
Yes, although it's complete already. It's a complete project.
Yes, it's a complete project, but it's not existing. Because at the end of the day, can you measure their strengths? Can you measure their weakness? Can you measure their opportunity and their threats? Can you? You can't, because it does not exist. It does not exist yet.
They don't have a custom, they don't have users yet.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So if you can't do a SWOT analysis on a product, then it means the person, you can't really use that product as a competitive analysis. But of course, you can use that. You can use their work to see how well you're doing and what you can do better. So that's fine, actually.
Okay.
That's fine. Yes. Okay. So the next thing we'll be talking about. Let me see. Yesterday we're supposed to. Okay, we did affinity mapping. We did. Okay, Miro. Okay, let's just discuss this before we go to Miro. Okay, so we'll be looking at, I don't even know which one we should do first. I think we should look at the information architecture first. Okay, so what is information architecture? Does anybody want to give it a go? Like maybe you have read something up online. Please don't look at what is on my screen to tell me what AI is. Anybody, information architecture?
I think, okay.
Who is that? Rosemary, right?
It's Marianne.
Okay, Marianne, please go on.
Okay, I think information architecture is how your information is arranged, like on the hierarchy.
Beautiful. It's okay. 100. Thank you. Who else wants to go? Maybe you have something different that you want to say. Who else? Well, that's actually basically what it is. But who else has anything different to say? Okay, I want to assume that nobody else has anything. Okay, so I'll just read what I have here. As consumers, we are accustomed to finding exactly what we need, where we expect it to be, and where we find it easily. Glory to God. Sorry, just a minute. Let me fix my computer. Okay. Sorry. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Okay, so like I'm saying, I'm still on the slide. I hope we can see my slide.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Edosa, you're enjoying. I wish I can be on the bed like you. Okay, Edosa, no, now share your, let us see your fine face. I'm just teasing anyways. Okay, so going on. Okay, so it's generally no coincidence. It's usually the result of an extensive user research and testing. And what happens if we don't find it? We give up within a few seconds and we move on. Okay, I want to ask a question. Has anybody tried to use an app and probably, I don't know, maybe an e-commerce app or any app? Maybe you just want to do something and you got on the app and for some reason you just couldn't find your way. I don't know, anybody like that? Anybody like that? Have you used any app and you just couldn't find your way? You couldn't do what you wanted to do on the app. There's something that you were trying to find, but you couldn't find it. Anybody has such experience? Anybody? Okay, I want to assume that it means nobody has had the experience, but usually when, okay, let me bring it home. Have you lived with somebody? Who is that? Are you trying to say something? Okay, let me bring it home. Have you had a roommate? Okay, maybe not a roommate, maybe even at home, like with your family, and probably you share a room with your sister or your brother, or maybe you don't even share a room with anybody. But for some reason, you dropped your comb on the table, or you dropped something on the table, and you want to go and use that thing and you can't find it. As anybody has that occurrence before?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. So when that happened, what did you do? How did you feel? I want you to just share.
It was kind of frustrating and
Beautiful. That's the word, frustrating. Any other person? How did you feel? Angry, right? Beautiful. Any other person? Yes, Ogechuku says you get disoriented. That's another one right there. I mean, you're like, I left this thing here. And for some of us, like, we might not, even our room might not be very organized, but you have a mental picture of where everything is at every point in time. So even if your room is upside down, even in the chaos, you still know where everything is. I don't know if I have some people like that right here. Marianne says frustrated. That's it. And you're just like, who moved my stuff or who touched my thing? Like, okay, so the difference is that because you are with family or you are with friends, you still get to like vent your frustration, you still get to vent your anger on the person, and God help you, the person is not around. You're just angry, you're just fuming, and you really can't do anything at that point. But if the person is, God help them, they are around, you know what you're going to do right there. You can almost skin them alive. Okay, so now let's take it back to our customers now. So when you design a product and your customers go and they try to find something, okay, so it's an e-commerce site and your customers cannot find the category, what do you think will happen to that customer? Anybody? Or maybe is an app for a pastry shop. And of course, the beautiful pictures are even there. They can see the samosa, they can see the chin-chin, they can see the donuts, the cakes. They are all looking beautiful, but they've looked up and down. They can't find where to order from. I don't know. What do you think will happen to such customer? Edosa says, if you stay alone, you wouldn't just assume that you dropped that thing with your left hand, as in. Ogechuku says the customer gets discouraged. That's the thing. Marianne says the customer will leave beauty. That is exactly what I want you to know. Esther says they are likely to find an alternative. Mide says waka, and that is the beautiful thing. I'm telling you. Okay, so for a physical store, for a physical store. Maybe you went to a mall, you wanted to go and buy something. Because it's a physical store, there are some crazy customers that they go to a store, they know where the cosmetic section is, and when they get there, they are looking for maybe they are looking for a Dettol soap. If they don't find it, they are going. They don't have chill, like there's no chill. But there are still some customers that will say, okay, this guy is wearing ShopRite's uniform. Let me ask him that, okay, Oga, please, I'm looking for Dettol soap. Is it that you people don't have, or is it in the store that you are yet to bring it out? You know, there are some customers like that. But when we are dealing with online platforms, there is really nobody there that they can ask. The worst, or yeah, the most they can do is to contact you. But who really has that time when there are so many alternatives out there? I don't know if we understand what I'm saying. I need feedbacks right now. If you are trying to understand my thought process right now, I just want you to understand that we need to design right from the very beginning. You need to get it right. There's no second chances with this game. Sometimes there are no second chances. I don't know if you still remember the ROI, the video that I played for you yesterday, the ROI of user experience design. I mean, the lady was comparing that, okay, if every person that visited your site is supposed to give charity a $50, and this many people came to your site and they could not see where they could donate and they left. You can imagine how much you are losing. You can imagine how much you are losing. The point is, you will never know how much, actually. You will never know how much you're losing. So what all this story that I'm saying, I'm trying to make you understand the fact that your information architecture is very important. It's very important. Do we understand so far? Please, are we together? Are we together? I need to know that we are together and we are understanding before I move ahead. Feedback. Is there anybody in this class? Okay, Gabriel says we do. Marianne says yes. You guys can talk, or you can unmute your mic and talk. Just make sure that you mute it back when you speak. That's all. Thank you. Okay, so so in short, we don't have much patience when it comes to bad user experience. We don't. No chills. Except it's only if that's the only alternative. But I mean, today, I don't think there's anything that there's any product like that so that you are the only alternative. I mean, there are like so many alternatives. So continuing with the slide, as a result, near perfection has become a must. Did you see that? Has become a must to survive in the competitive tech environment. The job of an information architect is to maintain a competitive advantage by making sure that things are where they should be. I hope you are underlining that part, that things are where they should be, where customers expect them to be. Okay, so when you say where they should be, that's why I said I'm still going to go over the heuristics of UX design. There is where everything should be when it comes to tech, when it comes to design. There is where everything, okay, maybe not like made in concrete. Okay, so when we say where everything should be, it also spans to how everything should look like. Okay, so when you are designing and okay, so you are designing for a e-commerce site, and for your shopping cart, instead of using your shopping cart, you use what can you even maybe you put a nylon bag, like a nylon bag icon. Do you know that most likely, maybe a larger percentage of your customers will not know what to do? They will be looking for your shopping cart because that is what people are already used to. Like, is a no-brainer. Like, everybody sees that shopping cart and we know what it is there for because people have used it over time and people have tested it over time. It is already meeting industry standard. It already is relating to what people know physically. Shopping physically is relating to what people know physically. So it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. And that's why I said, first instance, I said, reinventing the wheel. You are not expected to reinvent the wheel. You're expected to meet up industry standard. Okay, going back to the slide. It says making sure that things are where they should be. Again, underline that part. And believe me, it's not always easy. As you soon discover, there's a lot to think about. So what do we really mean by information architecture? Now going to information architecture proper. I'll be explaining by, okay, in simple terms, what it means. If you scroll down, you'll see that we'll be discussing 8 easy principles that highlight some crucial things that you should think about when you're designing your IA for your web app or your mobile app. Then I'll explain how it relates to the user and how it relates to your employer. Let's just move ahead. Let's move ahead. Okay, this part, it says the famous UX designer, Jared Spoh, once said, good design, when it's done well, it becomes invisible. Actually, it's only when it's done properly that we notice. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. When you are using any app for a first time, I mean, it seems seamless. You can always just do everything by reflex. Sometimes, I don't know if you've performed an action and I mean, you are done and in your mind, you're like, have I really done that thing? Like, you can't even remember doing it. That's because it was so easy. It was so seamless that it didn't really occur to you that you were doing that stuff till you even finished it. So that is what a good design does. Like, it's so seamless, it becomes invisible in a way because there's nothing to complain about. That's what they mean by it becomes invisible. There's nothing to complain about. Everything is where it should be. People are able to perform the task that they should at the right time, the right way. Do you understand? So that is what the saying means, that good design becomes invisible. It is when it is done poorly. It is when something is wrong, or maybe something is not where it should be. That is when you now start noticing that, why is this site like this? Why is this like this? What's happening here? I hope you understand so far. Okay, so the next part, it said the same applies to information architecture. When all is in order, it becomes invisible. Interestingly enough, this science of order does not have one unifying definition that experts would agree on, but they all agree that in one way or another, IA is the practice of organizing content in an effective way. So that's just like the summary, actually. Organizing content in an effective way. To skip a bit, this part says the principle is the same, only it wasn't called information architecture, it was called good sense. That was history now, the history of IA. It was just called good sense. It just is like saying it's common sense. It's just good, it's just the right thing to do, actually. Okay, so we'll be looking at the 8 principles of IA. Are we together, please? Are we understanding? Is it too much? Are you understanding? Are you getting it? Feedback, 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 before we get into it. Feedback, feedback, feedback. Why are you guys quiet?
I think I understand. Well, I want to say that, is it possible to get this not the one that was yesterday, all these definition explanations? You understand that you're talking, but when we want to apply, we'd like to actually go back and see. So remember the way you explained in class.
I'll send you the slides today. If that will make you feel better.
All right.
Is that okay?
Yes, it will.
Okay, beautiful.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other person? I want to make sure that we are together. Esther, you're welcome. I know you guys asked me yesterday. It's fine. I'll send the slides today. I need feedbacks, please. Do we understand? If you have any question, please ask. Don't let us go too far before you ask your questions. Please, I need feedback. Please, I need feedback. Who wants to speak? Please.
Okay. Okay, I wanted to ask, competitive analysis, information architecture, and all that, are they still under research plan?
They are not under research plan, but they are part of the research work. They are not under your research plan. All these things, they are step by step in the design process. They're not under your research plan, but they are part of the research that you should do. The thing is, for this project, like I said, you have only 4 weeks. So you are expected to move as fast as you can. There are some of these things that you might not do, but it is our job to make you understand these things so that when you go out there and they are talking about these things, you're not looking like, and you will now call yourself a product designer and they are talking about information architecture and you don't know what it means. Do you understand? And they're talking about competitive analysis and you don't know what it means. So it is our duty to make you understand all these things, even if you cannot put it to work in the project that you're working on currently. Is that fine? Is that okay?
Yes, thank
you.
So
don't be overwhelmed, sincerely. Don't feel overwhelmed. I know that it can be a lot of information. It can be, but don't be overwhelmed, please. Just stay with me. Don't leave me, please. All right. Okay. Let's move ahead. Now we'll be looking at the 8 principles of IA. The 8 principles of IA. I'll just run through it. The principles of objects. Content should be treated as a living, breathing thing. It has life cycle, it has behavior, it has attributes. I'm sure that you have probably used some sites. You've used some sites that it will look like the stuff is literally, it will look like it's jumping in your face. Some use animation, some use some kind of, it might be some drop shadow, it might be some, it's just effects, everything is just effects. So it looks like it's alive. Sometimes it's even on the buttons, it looks like the buttons are popping out of that page. So that is what we are literally discussing right now. Joyce says, to whom shall we go? Please don't leave me. So the first principle says, principle of objects. Treat them as a living thing, make them come alive, so that at the end of the day, your design is not just flat. It's not just though. Anybody can design. I mean, in that video, I think, is it by Albert Einstein that says any big fool can design any big, I can't remember how he put it, but he was trying to say that anybody can design, actually. But what makes your design stand out is actually how you do it, actually. Anybody can, there are a lot of designs out there, a lot. But what makes your design stand out is when you put some of these principles, when you put it to work, yeah? Okay, the second one says, yeah, any fool can design, Joyce. The second one says the principle of choices. There's a rule like that. Let me check my notes. Choices. I don't know if I can. Yes, I think it's X law. X law. It says the time it takes to make a decision increases with the number and complexity of choices. X law. That is spelled. X law, then it's spelled, excuse me, it's spelled H, okay, I think it's X law, H-I-C-K, X law. It says that, what it's trying to say is that less is more, just like is in this slide, less is more, keep the number of choices to a minimum. I don't know if anybody has been to Coldstone recently. I want to use Coldstone because that's what relates to me most at this point. I take ice cream a lot, and Coldstone is my go-to any day. Okay, so have you been to Coldstone? And of course, you know the one you will take home. You know the one that you like. You know the flavor that any day, anytime, like this is your flavor. But sometimes I get there and I'm seeing a lot of flavors and I'm overwhelmed. I'm like, as in I'm like, okay, which one should I try? Like, I just feel like, I feel like trying. Should I try this? Should I try this? And at the end of the day, it takes a longer time to make a choice. Funny enough, most of the time, I still end up taking my favorite flavors. Most of the time, I still, because, well, me, I believe I'm a careful person. I can be very cautious. I can be very cautious. What I mean is, sometimes I find it difficult trying what I don't know. I find it very difficult sometimes. So most of the time, even after considering that this one looks good, it looks like to be yummy, but then at the end of the day, I'll be like, what? The angel you know that saying, like, the angel you know is better than the devil the devil you know rather is better than the angel you don't know. So this second principle is saying that less is more. Keep your choices to a minimum. The thing is, it might look like you are doing your customers a favor by having a lot of choices. But you are doing them more harm, actually. Hick's law already said it. Complexity of choices. When there are too much choices to make, it actually takes a longer time for them to make that choice. So let's keep the choices to a minimum. The third principle says, principle of disclosure. Show a preview of the information that will help users to understand what kind of information is hidden if they dig deeper. Okay, so let's assume on your landing page, on your home page, maybe you really don't have enough space to include, okay, let me use the pastry shop as an example again. Okay, so maybe on your own page, you have a lot of stuff there and you want them to see what is available right now, like your available pastry. What is available right now? You can just put one or two that's available. Then after then, you can now put something like see more, which will be like a link. So when they click to it, they can now go to, they can now go to the other parts of the pastries that are available. I don't know if you understand that. So, I mean, show them a preview, let them see what is inside that place. If you just write the text like available pastries, maybe you don't put any picture. It might not really lure them to want to click on it. It might not really lure them. But if they've seen one or two and they see that, okay, it's looking good, they would want to click and they want to see all what you have to offer, actually. Okay, so the fourth one says principles of exemplars. Principles of exemplars. Show example of content when describing the content of the category. I think it still works hand in hand with the third one, the disclosure. Show example. Show example of the content. The fifth one says principle of the front door. Assume that at least 50% of users will use a different entry point than your own page. What does that mean? You don't want to keep users, you don't want to, how do I put this? Home page. Okay, what it just means is on every page, okay, let me just use this example. If you are designing now, it's very important. I don't know if you have noticed, maybe you are using a website or a web app, and you have noticed that on every page there is an home tab or home button, such that from any page you can still go to your home page, or from any page you can go to your contact us, or from any page you can go to your about us. That's what it means. Like, don't restrict your entry point. Make sure that the pages are linked to one another. So from one page they can still go to some other pages. Do you understand? The next one says principles of multiple classifications. Offer users several different classification schemes to browse the site's content. I think that is actually explanatory. Does anybody want to say anything? Who is that? Okay. Principles of focused navigation. Keep your navigation simple and never mix different things. Keep your navigation simple. And like I said, at the end of the day, when you start designing, there's something we call UI kits. They are kits already. And what are these kits? Those are, okay, for, how do I describe this? Okay, so if you're trying to design a landing page of a website, okay, I would like to hear from us. A landing page, do we know what the landing page is, first of all? Do we know what the landing page, have we heard that word before, landing page? I need feedbacks, please. I need you to speak up.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, so what do we see on a landing page of a website from top to bottom? Anything that you can see, just give me. There are a lot of things there, actually. Okay, who is talking?
You see a call to action.
Beautiful. There's a call to action. Ogechukwu says no. Don't worry, you will know. You know what a landing page is very soon. Kabir says where people see when they first come in contact with your website. Beautiful. So Ogechukwu, that's a landing page. It means where, just like the name says, landing page, where people land when they come to your site. The first page that they land, that's your landing page. Okay. Anoluapo says contact, beautiful. Kabir says a picture, the call to action button, beautiful. What you do, beautiful. Any other person, what else do you see? I want you to mention some major things. Any other person? What
the mission vision of the particular brand of that landing page.
Yes, well, if it's a website, yes. If it's a mobile app, you can't really see that on the landing page because there's really no much space for that. There's really no more space for that, except, well, let me say it depends on the kind of product. Yeah. If it's a product for like a WHO, like an NGO, if it's a product for an NGO, you might have that on their landing page, on their mobile app, you might have that. But if it's for an e-commerce site, of course, you cannot have that. What you have is their product is, basically. Okay. Thomas says, is home page the same as landing page on the website? For some, it's the same. For some, it is not. Okay, let me put it this way. Like the example I gave yesterday, if you check Alibaba, them AliExpress, you discover that if you are a new user, your landing page is different from your home page. And why is that? They made it sure that, okay, usually most sites, if you have not registered, if you don't have an account, you shouldn't be able to view what is on their home page most of the time. Most products, yeah, most websites or most organizations, you cannot access their home page until you create an account. But some e-commerce sites are now very smart because they believe that when you see what they are offering you, that would kind of lure you to wanting to open an. In fact, some of them will even help you. Will make sure that you are able to shop. Is when you now want to pay, they will now say you have to open an account. At that point, your hands are tied and they have gotten you. That's just it. They have gotten you. And because you like what you have bought, you don't have a choice. You have to open an account. So for some sites, the landing page is the same as the home page. For some sites, the landing page is different from the home page. For some sites, the landing page is just something, they just want to give you a taste of what you really have when you log in. They want to give you they want to lure you so that you now sign up and you now see what is on their home page. So Thomas, I hope I've been able to answer your question. Okay, Kabir said beautiful. He says header, navigation bar, menu, beautiful footer. This is what I wanted to hear. Okay, so when I mentioned UI kits the other time, how did I even get to the UI kit? Okay, we are on the 7th principle, which says the principle of focused navigation. So we have UI kits. In these UI kits, all these things, they're already available for you. When you hear it's like ready-made, I wish I could relate it to something that is already existing. Okay, beautiful. For people that sew, I don't know if we have any tailor in the house, even though I don't know what these things are. I don't know what they are called, but they are these embroidery. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. Embroidery, like all these shiny things that you can just go to the market and buy. Some people that is what they do. Like they have dedicated their life to be designing that stuff. That is what they do. They've sewn it. All you just need to do is go and buy it and attach it to your clothes, the code that you're designing. I don't have anything. Do I have anything like that? I don't think I have anything like that. I don't think I have anything. But I hope I'm making sense. I hope you understand. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So it's like a ready-made. UI kits are like ready-made. The things that you need to design your website or your web app or your mobile app rather, and they are ready-made. So it's advisable that when you are designing, just go for UI kits. Go for UI, but there are some that are complex though. You might not be able to crack it. Some are locked and all that, but you will still find some ones that you can use. So the principle says keep it simple. There's a way that navigation usually look. It's either you have your navigation up, like your top bar, or you have it by the side, or you have it, I don't know. I think usually it's on the left side. I know there are some crazy sites that have it on your right side. Or some, you just see these three lines, three straight lines, which also represents your menu, which you could also use as your navigation. So the principle says, keep your navigation simple. Make it something that when they see it, they are not thinking about it that where do I press? Like the affinity map that we were looking at yesterday. One of the things that one of the users complained of was that they didn't know where the navigation bar was. It shouldn't be. So when you keep it simple, it's easy for users to actually find their footing in your design. Okay, I know Aluakwa say chat box for complaints, beautiful. You can also find that on the landing page. Yes, Tochi says even Netflix show you the movie slides. Yes, so they want to hear you so that you know what you are in for. Antonia says Applicue. Okay, I don't know what that is. Is that the embroidery or I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah. So it says that's the commissioner has spoken. They said that's what it is called. All right. So the last but not the least principle, it says assume that principle of growth. Assume that the content on the website will grow. Make sure that your website is scalable. I don't know if you have been to any websites before. You were there this week and going there next week. It's almost like you can't recognize the same site that you have been on last week. It's not like you cannot recognize it, but you are just sure that something is different. So what we're trying to say is that make sure that what you're developing is scalable. What do we mean by scalable? It means it can accommodate growth. It can accommodate more information. It can accommodate change. It's not static, it's dynamic, basically. That's what it means. Okay, so what is the value of your IA? What is the value? For the user, there is a value, and for the business, there is a value. Okay, so talking about the value for the user. Okay, let me just go on. But I hope that we are with me, Sha. If you have any question, please drop it in the chat box, and I will attend to it. Okay, the value for the user now, still on IA. It says we live in a world where people want instant gratification. That is very correct. People want like sharp, like no choose. Nobody has time to be parabolating up and down. We want to get results, and we want it right now. It says this combined with an overload of information and choices means you really have to deliver the right content at the right time. I hope you are noting that. If the process of finding information is too complicated or too slow, the user will simply abandon the process and move on. That is it. Sincerely, they will just move on, except if you are the only way. And usually you are not the only way. There are several alternatives out there. So we really want to make the best impression the very first time. Let's not give room for second chances, because the customers will not really give you second chances. Okay, so the value for the users, there are basically four types. And the first one says known item seeking. So like I said, there's already what the user knows. Every user wants to come to a site. When they come to a site, they want to be in control. When they come to a site, they want to come to a site and already feel like they know what is happening on this site. They want to be in charge. They want to be able to navigate freely. They want to be able to find the right thing at the right place at the right time. That is what this first thing is talking about, known item seeking. Users will come to your website to search for something desirable and known. They already know what they are looking for, and they want to be able to find it where they expect that it should be. The second one says exploratory seeking. Also, users will come to your website looking for inspiration. Of course, as much as they as much as they know what they're looking for, and they probably know where to get it. Sometimes they want to snoop around and see, they just want to window shop, as the case may be. They just want to window shop. They are looking for something desirable, but not sure of what exactly. So it is now up to you to kind of impress them by your design. The third one says exhaustive research. Users are in a process of extensive research. They want to find as much information as possible, but that does not mean that you should now choke them with so much information. Just the right amount is enough. The fourth one says refining. A user needs a desired item again and are trying to find it. What that means is, I came for this thing last week and I'm coming back this week for this same thing. I want to be able to find it where it was. If not where it was, I want to be able to, there should be something that will point me to, okay, if perhaps for a reason it was displaced, maybe it was changed, maybe there was a little bit of upgrade on your design, there should be a pointer. There should be a pointer to where it is now, that the stuff is now. I hope you understand. Okay, so like around me here, there's okay, so there's this amala place around me. I don't eat amala, by the way, so don't think I'm a foodie. Okay, I'm just using it as an example. So recently they used to be somewhere around here, and recently I just passed and I saw that the place, they're not there anymore. They are now somewhere down there. But then how do I know? It's because they put a banner of, oh, we have now moved to so, and they put their address. So you should be able to do that when you are redesigning your app or your website. If you are going to move anything, so this is you putting in mind that the people that are coming to your site, they have been here before. This is you putting them into consideration for people that have been here before and they have found these things here. Okay, so when they come here and they don't find it, I know they will be frustrated. So even though I have to move it, because like I said, there has to be room for changes, there has to be room for growth. So of course, sometimes you might need to move something from somewhere, but there should be like a pointer. There should be like something directing them to where it is now so that they can find it. So that's what the fourth one is saying. That's what the fourth one is saying. Okay. Okay, let me just read this part. It says, okay, it says how to understand different online behaviors through information architecture. When thinking about information architecture, it's important to think about the different users and how they will navigate and search and use filters. The point is, everybody that is coming to your site, they are not going to be at the same level of education. Some don't even know that there is a search box. Some can see the search box, but they don't know what it does, really. Some don't know that they can filter, even when they're using the search box, that they can still filter using some parameters. So you have to put all this into consideration. Now, think of an e-commerce website. If you're looking for a new shoe, for a new shoe for a wedding, you might want to filter by the style, maybe the type of shoe. Maybe you're looking for open toe, or you're looking for a sandal, you're looking for a slippers, and you might want to filter by the color too. Maybe your color for your wedding is red. So if you're after, that's an example. Another one, if you're after a gift, you might want to see some curated gift items. If you know exactly what you want the option to quickly find it without browsing. But there are some people that they just know that, okay, imagine this Valentine that just passed. How many of us had a Valentine? You got a Valentine gift. Let me see your response in the chat box. Some of us, we did not get any gift. It is well. You will answer our prayer. Okay, so Joy said, what is Zoom? Did you get a Valentine gift? Okay, so why did I mention Valentine? Okay, so I'm sure that most of us have seen the new trends when Valentine is coming. Okay, so some people have sat down and they have discovered that, okay, so a lot of guys are still very vague when it comes to Valentine gifts. They still don't know what to give. And some people are still giving on this as Valentine. I mean, who does that? Please don't do it, guys. Don't give on this to your ladies as Valentine gift or as gifts. Valentine or no Valentine, please don't do it. It's not nice. I don't know where they got it from, that idea. And ladies too, please don't give boxers. I'm sure that I'm speaking on behalf of the guys now. Please don't give them boxers. They are tired of it. Don't give them singlets. Buy something important. Buy cufflinks, buy belts, buy something substantial. Thank you so much, guys. I know that you guys are probably, you're healing me right now, yeah? Please don't do it. So like I was saying, okay, so some people have actually sat down and they have thought about it, that most people, they have a good heart. They want to give a gift, but they don't know what to give. And they keep giving the wrong gifts. And they're now wondering why the baby is always angry when you are giving her gifts, because you are giving her the wrong things. So they actually found a way to make it better. So they came up with Valentine packages. I think I have something like that. Let me show you an example. So they sat down and they were like, okay, we can help you. So they came out with some Valentine packages. Sorry, I'm trying to look for it. Wait. Do I even know where it is? I think it should be in my download. So they came up with Valentine packages such that they've put all these gifts together. They said, you just bring your money. We have done all the work for you. We have done all the homework for you. Like, we know you are clueless. You don't know what you want to give, but we know. We know what the guys want. We know what the ladies want. Just bring your money and we would help you. Okay, this is one. Let me share my screen so you can see it. Can we see my screen? Can we see my screen? Feedback. Can we see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, beautiful.
Yes.
So these guys sat down and they were like, okay, many people have a good heart. They really want to give a gift, but most of them are clueless. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yes. So they sat down and they make packages. So you can see from this one now, there's Let Me Love You, there's Take My Breath Away, there's Pure Romance. And you know, it's as your pockets can carry actually. There is as low as 15K. That one, they called it baby love. If the kind of love you have for your babe is baby love, you can go for this package. It's just 15,000. And what is inside? We have perfume oil, we have chocolate, we have cupcakes, we have cookies, we have meringue kisses. I think that's, I don't know what that is. I think that's a snack or something. So what am I saying? These people have sat down to come up with packages to help you. Sorry, let me stop sharing. Let me go back to my slides. Where's my Figma? Okay, right here. Okay, so these people have been able to, they've looked at the market, they've seen that, okay, there's a problem here. A lot of people want to give a gift, but they don't know what to give. They don't know what people want. So they came up with this idea. Okay, so how did I get there? It says a lot of people, I mean in the slide, I'm back to the slide now. It says a lot of people want to give a gift, but they don't know what, they just want to see gift ideas. Do you understand? So when you are designing too, all these things are things that you should put into consideration, that not everybody that is coming to your site knows what they are coming there to do. Some, they just want to see what you suggest to them. They want to see what you have, and then they can now make a decision. So these are all the things that you should put into consideration. Oh God, time is fast spent. Let me just, okay, let me just read on. It says good information architecture greatly impacts the user experience. The faster the user gets to their final destination, even if that destination includes multiple options, the greater their satisfaction. Therefore, we should never forget that knowing the user and their information seeking behavior is a key to success. We need to know how users seek for information. It's very important. Okay, value for business. I think I'm going to skip that. We are done with information architecture. Now let's go to user flow. User flow. Okay, I think, okay, so do we have any question on information architecture? Do you have any question, any contribution? I think I'm quickly going to introduce Miro before I go into this user flow, because this user flow is a lot too. So we quickly go to Miro. Let me introduce us to Miro, then we can come back here. Please, I need feedbacks. Do we understand? Are we together? Any question, any observation, anything you want me to quickly clarify before we move on? Feedback. Here's my chat box. Where is my chat box? Attendance form. Has the attendance been posted? I'm not sure I saw it. Please, can we speak up? Okay, I think I'm going to. People want me to play this game. I can play this game. I need to mention names. Thomas, I want to hear from you. Thomas, I want to hear from you. Olare Waju Salam, I want to hear from you. Mide, I want to hear from you. Please unmute your mic and speak up. Marianne, I want to hear from you. Please speak up. All these people, is it that they are not on the call? Can you guys hear me at all? Oluwaseyi, please speak up if you can hear me. I need to be sure that I'm not talking to my...
We can hear you. Can you?
Where is everywhere?
We can hear you.
Why are you people not talking? Please talk to me. Show me some love.
We are talking in the chat. We don't just want to unmute our mic.
I'm not seeing any, there's nothing in the chat though. There's nothing, you put nothing. Oh, okay. Is it now that you put just drop yes? Okay, oh, you're talking in the chat. Okay, oh. The point is, you guys should speak up before we go far. Or if you don't want to speak up, it's fine. Okay, so now, Miro, let me introduce us to the Miro board. That's where we'll do our affinity mapping and our user flow. You could use any other tool actually, but Miro is our best go-to. It's flexible and it allows collaboration. Okay, so how many of us have a Miro account already? If you don't, please, I want you to go to Miro. All of us are creating accounts right now. I want you to go to Miro.com. Everybody, please. I'll still call us to share our screen. Miro.com. Are we together? Please, I need us to, all of us to go to that site right now. Let me share my screen.
Yes, we are together.
Okay. You share Miro. Okay, so please let us all go to that site right now. I'm on my own Miro board right now. Okay, so there's a downloadable app for Miro. I think there is, but it's not necessary. You can always use it online. I use mine online. Most people that I know use it online because you really don't do much work on it. So when you're done using it, you're done. So there's really no need for you to download. But if you want to download it, it's fine. So are we on the Miro page? I need us to sign up right now. Yes. I need us to create an account. I'm going to give us 5 minutes to do that. Does anybody want to share their screen? Maybe we can use your screen to do a walkthrough for everybody. But me, I already have an account. So I already have an account. Let me log out. Let me see. Is anybody doing this? I want to be sure that I'm not waiting in vain. Is anybody trying this out right now? So I know if I should wait or I should just go ahead.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the Miro board. This is what you see. So it will tell you to either log in or you sign in. So for me, I already have an account, so I'm signing in. For you that don't have an account, you have to sign up or something. So let's quickly do that. I'll give us 5 minutes. I'll give us 5 minutes to do that, please. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. In the interim, if you have any, oh, no. 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Okay, on your phone, beautiful, beautiful. Peace, I see you, well done. Ganiya, okay, beautiful, you're in a noisy place, no problem. Abibulai, you said, what is the website? Is myro.com, myro.com. Okay, is anybody having challenge? Is asking set up your team? I think you can skip that, D. If he's asking you to set up your team, I think you can skip that. But if you want, since you already have a team, you can do that, but it might slow you down right now. So you might, I think there should be an option to skip that. So you can skip it for now. But if you want to do it beautiful, you can do it. No skip. What do I do? Okay, let me log out. Let me try. Is anybody having the same issue that D is having about the team setup? Okay, let me try and sign up. Wait though, can you post see my screen? Okay, yes, you people can see my screen. You people can see my screen, right? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. There is skip. Okay. Thomas is saying that there is skip at the top right corner. Esther is saying no, they are not having the same issue. So D, please look at it very well. Okay, so this is your Miro board. This should be your page. You put your name. That's my name. You put your email, you put your password, you set up a password, something that you can remember. Yeah, then you agree. You have to agree to these two. Then you get started now. It's just that I already have an account, so I can't do this. I'm sure it will tell me I have an account. Let me try. I'm trying to see. Sorry, this email already. Okay, who has been able to successfully sign up? Anybody? You are already in. That's crazy. Okay, Esther says I have. There is no.
I've done that.
Who is that? Who has done that? Who is that person?
I'm the person.
Josh, I see you. Yeah, the person. Okay, well done, well done. Okay, D, he's saying that there is no skip. I can't do this thing because I already have an account.
Hello, I'm already on the myro.com. I saw something like start a whiteboard.
Yes, just hold on. D, please, I don't know, find the skip. It will be a way. Maybe there's something you are doing wrong, or maybe you're not seeing what you should be seeing. Please work on it. Okay, I think 5 minutes is always. We have less than 26 minutes for the class. So I'm just going to go ahead.
Hello.
Yes,
no,
please.
Excuse me. It's asking me whether I should, what do I want to do with my role? What do I want to use my role for?
I think you are inside Miro already, right?
After signing up.
Okay, I think it's something like an onboarding screen. It's trying to explain to you what Miro is about, right?
Yes, it says what will you use Miro for? One, work, personal, education.
Just say personal. Just say personal.
Personal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so I want to believe that we are all on this screen. Is this what you have on your screen,
yes,
please?
It's taking me. What?
Your network is bad.
Hello, IBK.
Yes, please. Who is that?
Okay. It's Josh.
Josh, okay.
No.
The soft skill session is by 12:30 now, so I think our class can end by 12:30, not 11:30.
Naomi, please, I need you to confirm that, please. I'll be so glad though. I'll be so glad because right now I'm rushing. Even me, I'm overwhelmed because we still have a lot to cover. Naomi, please. Who is that?
I.
Who is I? Josh.
It's 12:30 is on the group chat.
Okay, okay.
Excuse me, I have a question. Hello.
Okay, I'm with you. Okay, okay, beautiful.
No, excuse me, this page.
Sorry, 1 minute. Naomi, that's true, right? I just want to be sure. Let me hear from the horse's mouth so that we're on the same page.
Excuse me.
Okay, 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 beautiful. Thank you, Naomi. Okay, very good.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, please. Who am I excusing? No, right?
Should I skip this? What's your role? There's UI designer, UX designer. Should I skip it?
You can choose UX designer. Anyone. It doesn't really matter. They're trying to make sure that they are trying to know what to combine, what to bring to your home page. That's why they're asking you that question. They're trying to streamline what they bring to you, because actually there are so many tools that you can use on Miro. So they're trying to streamline what they bring to you. Yeah.
So I should choose UX, right?
Yep.
Designer or researcher, something like that.
Designer, research, anything, just choose anything. I know that the most important thing will be available. So just choose anyone. Okay, I need to know if we are on this page. Josh, I think you said you are done. Are you on this page? This page that I am on.
Yes, I'm on the same page with you.
Beautiful. So
okay, Ayomide, IBK, sorry.
You're right, yes.
Okay, so I'm just seeing a blank page on the website miro.com. I've filled all the questions, but I'm seeing a blank page. I'm seeing get the Miro app to create and edit boards.
I think you are on. Did you skip all those questions?
No, I did not.
Okay, but I think
answered them.
Yeah, same thing here.
I don't know if you would like me to share my screen for you to see what it looks like.
Let me stop sharing. I don't know.
It's the same thing with mine. It's just showing get the Miro app, nothing else.
Okay, let me stop sharing. Can you share your screen? Do you have privileges to share your screen? Let me see what you're talking about.
It's telling me only the host can share the screen.
Okay. Who is speaking right now? Let me see if I can. Okay, let me see if I can give you privileges to share your screen. I think ask to start video. No. Try now. Try now and see if you can. Can you? Mide, are you with me? Hello, Mide. Mide, oh, can you hear me, please? Rosemary. Can anybody hear me? I hope it's not my network. I think it's my network.
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you. I don't think they're available. So let's just move on.
Okay. Change your screen to desktop side. Change your desktop side. Let me see. Rosemary, are you there?
Rosemary is okay. Rosemary, she's just muted.
I guess you guys are not available. I'll just continue sharing my screen. Or does anyone?
Ayomide, this is what my screen looks like. I don't know if you can see it.
You're on mobile, right? I can see it. You're on mobile, right?
Yes, I'm on mobile phone.
Can you go back? I've not tried using Miro on mobile, so I really don't know. I don't have any experience in that regard. Can you? Why did you stop sharing? I said, can you go back? Like just using the back arrow to see where you are coming from. Video.
Sorry, I'm muted. Can you see my screen right now?
I can see your screen. Can you go back? Like, I want to see where you're coming from.
All right.
I see the blanks where you're coming from. Like, go back in your process. Okay, Tochi is saying, I think it's because it's on mobile. Oh, okay. Like I said, I've not used it on mobile before. Rosemary, you're having the same issue. Are you also on mobile? Let's be sure that it's because it's mobile. Maybe that's why they're having that issue. Edosa, you can skip the teams, but if you want, since you already have a team, you can set up your team on it. I think you need to add their emails or something. And that's midday.
Okay, I think I'm on course now. Can you see my screen at all?
I can see your screen. I need you to go back.
You're just seeing the blank space.
Sorry, I don't think we can go back because I'm also experiencing the same thing. We can't go back.
Okay, somebody is saying that.
Okay, so what I did now was I followed the suggestion in the chat box that I was asked to click on the desktop site. And I did that, and I'm on course now.
Oh, okay, beautiful. That's who? That's Mide, right? Is that Mide?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Mary, please, can you explore that? Please try that too. And any other person that is having the same issue, please, let's try that since it has already worked for one person. So it means it will work. Okay, back to our Miro. Change whiteboard. Okay. So back to my Miro. So this is what you should have on your front page or your landing. So this is what we call a landing page. For people that were asking earlier that they don't know what who is speaking, please? Who is speaking, please? Do you want to say something? If I go ahead. Okay, I will assume that that was an error. Okay, so this is what you should have as your landing page on your Miro space. Yeah. Okay, so we have a lot of, like I said, Miro boards. See, there are some things that you should not even bother yourself trying to know everything about it. What do I mean? Like this Miro board. Even me, I don't think I've explored 20% of the tools that are available on this Miro board. It's a system on its own. So I would advise that you just come and use it for what you want to use it for and just leave the rest. Don't try to understand everything. Okay, so right now we have new board, we have mind map, we have Kanban framework, we have quick retrospective, we have customer touch points. We have a lot of things. Okay, all these are templates that are already available. And you see these 3 dots here, it's saying that show all templates. There are a lot of templates that are available. Do you understand? It depends on what you want to do right now, but
we are not seeing your screen.
Are you serious? You're not seeing my screen?
Yes,
we are not seeing your screen. We are not.
But I'm sharing my screen. Oh, I think it's okay. I'm coming.
I think Mide should restore the host back to you.
Yeah. Mide, have you? Okay, but Mide has stopped sharing her screen, right?
Yeah, she has stopped
sharing my screen. I don't think I have the capacity to do that.
To stop sharing?
No, I don't have the capacity to make you the host. The option is not coming up here.
You can, because you are the host. So just click on her name and just make her host.
Click on more. If you hover over my name, you will see more. If you click on more, it will bring some options.
She's using her phone.
Oh, okay.
Done.
I think it's done. Can you see my screen now? Let me try and share it. Thank you for letting me know before we even went down. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, awesome.
Beautiful. Okay, so like I was saying, you have a lot of templates here. It depends on what you want to do on the Miro board. That would determine what template you are using. But for what we are doing on this course, we would like to start with the new board. So you see this first one, new board. Let's all click on it. So we have a new workspace. Me, I've reached, I've reached limit too. Have we clicked on it? I think I'm going to have to use my old board. Have we been able to create a new board? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
We are with you, yes.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, so when you create a new board, of course, you won't have all these things that me I'm having. I'm trying to show something right now. That's why I'm, okay, so yours will probably be empty. Okay, let me try and, so that you guys will not be intimidated. So let us all have an empty sheet. Yeah, okay, so on the left panel, there's a left layer panel. The first one is your select tool. You can use it to select anything, basically. There's really nothing to select. There's really nothing to select at the moment. Okay, so when you click on it, it does two things. You can either select, when you are seeing the arrow, can you see my arrow right now? You can use it to select an item, but there's really nothing to select right now. But if I click on it again, it's bringing out a hand icon. Can we see the hand? Can we see it, please?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. Is not responding. Maybe it's your network. Please check your network. Okay, now, did you see what I just did with the hand? The hand, if you click, with the hand showing, if you click and you scroll to the right or to the left, you can scroll through your board. Okay, what I want you to do right now is, let us create a frame. On the left panel, can we see what I'm pointing to? So you can see a frame, right?
Yes.
Please click on it and draw a frame. I want you to do as I'm doing now. If you can, anyways, if you are on your mobile, you might not be able to do it. But if you're on your system, you should be able to do it. I want you to do as I do, so that if you're having any challenges, we can quickly resolve it. Okay, so has anybody drawn this? Have you been able to?
I'm not actually seeing that on mine.
You're not seeing the frame. You should.
Yes.
Okay, if you're not seeing it.
Is it wireframe library?
Hey, Jesus, where's wireframe library? Did you create a new board? From the home screen, did you create a new board?
No.
That is what I asked us to do. So create a new board. You will see the first option is a new board.
How the first one, where?
The plus icon. Please. Okay, I will go back.
Okay, thank you, please.
Okay.
By the way, Miro logo that you're looking at, you can use it to go back to your home screen. So everybody can try it. You can just click on it. So it takes you back to your home screen. I hope you have been able to do that. Yeah, so from here now, I don't know if it's Rosemary that is speaking, that you say you cannot find something. So this is the new.
Peace.
Okay, Peace. Can you see the new board? Create a board. The first thing you do is click on it and create a new board.
Okay. Okay, I just did that now.
Okay, beautiful. So that means you are on the board now. Yes. So has anybody been able to create the frame that I created now? Okay.
It showed me create a shared board or upgrade. So.
No, yeah, create a shared board.
Okay.
Upgrade means you have to pay. It means you have more functionality, but you don't really need it for this level. Okay, Joyce says yes. Ridwan says yes. Beautiful. So have you been able to create the frame piece? Have you seen the frame?
I have, but the frame is not still showing. Like it's what is showing me on my own part is the first one is that select tool. Then this second, the template is there. Then the text box is there.
Can you see where I'm pointing to right now?
Yes.
So on your own.
It stops us from that select this thing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth one was where it stopped.
3 dots. Maybe it's hidden there. Check it.
Okay.
Click on it.
Okay.
Can you see anything like that?
Yes, I've seen the frame. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry for taking you back.
No,
Thanks.
it's fine. Please, I want everybody to move ahead as much as possible. Okay, so just create your frame. So what I want us to do is, I want us to test the hand thing that I just did. So change your select tool. You probably have your select tool on. Change it to your hand tool, just like I just did, and move. I want you to create something so that you see what you're doing. That's actually why I wanted us to create this frame, so that you see that the hand tool is working. So you click and just navigate to your right or to your left. So is anybody able to do what I'm doing right now? Are you able to do it?
Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's move ahead. I just wanted to show us that functionality. Okay, so the next thing we have templates, just like we have from the home page. In case you missed it, maybe from the home page, maybe you did a mistake, or maybe you are not sure what you wanted to do, so you created a blank space. Now, from here, you can also see your template without going to the home page. So you have your template here, depending on what you want to do. On your left side, you have all templates, recent, popular, building blocks. You have some cases. In case you are trying to design for a meeting or a workshop, you have brainstorming and ideation, agile workflow. I hope we can all see this on our slides. So you can also scroll through and see all the templates. But like I said, we will be creating from scratch. So we are not using any template, but later in your free time, you can do well to just come here and just play with all these things. These things are really useful. You can just play with it. You never know what you might use it for. Are we together, please? Feedback, please.
Please, where did you get the template? Like, where did you get to get the option?
That's the next thing on. You can see after my select tool, the next thing I have on my board is the templates. So that should be your next thing, except maybe you pick complete. I guess you pick complete. Okay, so the next tool that we have is text tool. Okay, so what is the text tool? Just select it, click on it. You have already selected it. You can actually write outside with. Okay. Can we see my text? Have you tried using your text tool? So you can actually create outside your frame or inside your frame, actually, as long as you have it selected. Just click anywhere you want. When you click on it, it creates an imaginary box. You can type anything inside. It's actually very tiny. So I'm going to zoom in. You can zoom in. You can zoom in. You can see what I just typed now. Or you can just increase the text. Okay, so when... Are we together, please? I need feedbacks. Okay, let me check the charts.
Yes, we are.
We are together with you.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. I know that you people will enjoy this one because it's a little bit of it's a little bit of practical. You people are tired of story. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Okay, so Esther says, what exactly are we using the Miro for? We are using it for affinity mapping. After you have done your user research, for you to extract your insights and all that. That is what we are using. That's what we are using the affinity mapping for. Esther, I hope you understand me now. We are going to use it for your user flow too. We have not talked about user flow. It's part of the things that we'll discuss. So when we go back to class, we will see that. So, Kabir, saying structuring, research outcomes, mapping, beautiful, beautiful. Somebody is reading ahead of the class. You all should do that actually. Okay, so now that we have written rubbish, I want to show us something. Now, click on what you have written. You will see that something will pop up. Is that happening at our side? Is that happening? Is that happening? Is that happening? Feedbacks. Feedback. Is that happening? Have you been able to click on your text? And is it bringing up this pop box?
Yes.
Beautiful. If you move your mouse,
Hi, BK, we can't hear you.
I think IBK has issues with her network. She'll join you soon. Please kindly just hold on for a bit. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think my network tricked me off. Can we hear me now? So sorry about that.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So where was I? Okay, so have you tried to do what I just did? Have you tried increasing your text? Just click on it and enlarge it. You see like 4 circles around your text. So it means you can actually increase it by this. Let me zoom in so you see very well. I'm sure you can see my screen, right?
No. Share your screen, please.
And you people are not talking. Eh? So what if I did not ask? You now let me to be talking to myself, Abi. You people. You'll be doing strong thing. This is well. Okay, can you see my screen now? You should be able to see my screen now.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, so you can see that when I clicked on this text, I have these 4 zeros. Can you see it? These 4 zeros.
Yes.
So that your text is scalable. What does scalable mean? It means that you can increase or decrease it. If you increase it by the side, if you put your select tool by the side, you are increasing the text box. Let me show you what that does. So I'm going to try and do it in. You can see that your texts are falling to other lines. So that's what that does. But if you click one of the 4 zeros, if you increase it from one of the 4 zeros, it increases the size of your text. Have we been able to do that, please? Feedbacks. Feedback. Have you been able to do that? Hello, guys. Can we hear me?
Yes, I was only able to drag it, to expand it to like straight. I couldn't make it the way you broke it, that it went down and middle. It didn't work for me.
You can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can.
You see where I put my arrow right now?
Just move it outside the place first, then I'll trace with my eyes.
See
Okay,
my
yes, I can see it. Yes.
To the side.
Okay.
No, sorry. To the side. You see that your arrows are facing left and right. Then you can now pull either out or closer. Can you see what's happening?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Please ignore this arrow. Yes. You're welcome. Also,
mine is showing. Okay.
The arrow, right? Don't worry. I'll show you the arrow.
Yes, the arrow.
Similar
Yes.
to get the hand also. For people using, I don't know, for people using MacBook, I use Windows. So you can use your space bar on your keyboard. If you press your space bar, your select tool turns to hand. That's what I just did now. I press my space bar, then you can now click and move. So that's another trick. Okay, so back to the text. If you click on it, can you see these dots around your text tool too? These small dots, blue like this. Can you see it? Can anybody see it?
Yes.
4. Yeah. I want you to click on it and drag it out. You see that an arrow comes out.
Yes.
Beautiful. So that is how you are going to create your user flow, actually. I know that we have not discussed user flow, so you are probably wondering what's user flow, but just know that there's a functionality like this. Keep it in your left hand because you are going to need it. Also, if you look at this pop-up, this box that pop up, I hope we are together. If you look at this box, you can see the font type. The font type that I have presently is Open Sans. You can click on it to change it. If you want to change it, you want to use bangers, these bangers, you can change it to anything that you want. But anything that you're using, just make sure that our advice that you use, I'm sure that you people have talked about sans serif and serif fonts. Make sure you're using a sans serif, yeah, without stroke, sans serif fonts. And sans serif fonts like Mono Sans, like Open Sans, like PT Sans. Just like Times New Roman.
IBK, you are breaking.
The serif fonts. You can also use it.
IBK, you are breaking.
Okay, am I still breaking up? Let me know
more.
what to do.
I'm breaking.
Am I still breaking up?
No.
No. See better now?
Yeah. But can you please draw the arrow again?
Okay, I will draw it on another side. Can you see this blue thing that I just put my arrow? Can you see this blue thing that my arrow is resting on? You can just click on it actually. If you click on it, it automatically bring out the arrow. Then you direct the arrow anywhere you want the arrow to go to. You can see that as I'm moving, the arrow is moving. Hope you can see what I'm doing.
So what's the arrow for?
It's for your user flow. Like I said, we have not discussed it. So you probably might not know, except you have read it. Don't worry, we are going there. I just wanted to quickly introduce you to the Miro board and the little functionality before we now go to user flows, which you are going to need. So when you are done with where you want your arrow to be, just click it. Okay, back to the text tool. Like I said, you can change your text here. Then you can change your text size. You can see I've changed it and it changes automatically. You can bolden it, you can underline it, you can change it to italics, whatever. You can make it right indented. Yeah, you can do right indentation. You can do middle. All those things are really not necessary because, but then you should know it. You can do bullet points. You can do bullet points. And you can change your colors. I'm just showing you the basic things that you can do. And border, I think this is for the border, okay? For the text box, you can change the color. You can change the color, you can change it to white, you can change it to anything. But all these ones is really no, all this one is just paparazzi. Rosemary, I can see your hand. Just a minute. All these ones are just paparazzi, and you can lock it. You can lock your text. Okay, so this lock feature, what does it do? If, like me now, okay, so I have a board. If perhaps I want to, maybe I've worked on it, maybe I'm working with a team, but I didn't.
IBK, you are breaking again.
Just broke up. We didn't get you. Can you please?
Let me just try and change my network. I'm actually using the better network, but I guess the better network does not want to be better. So let me change it. Are we together?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Am I breaking up?
No.
No.
Okay, beautiful.
Oh,
Okay,
you are
okay. Mhm.
And you can share what you're showing.
Abio, you don't want me to share screen, is what you want me to share. Please, Naomi, please make me co-host so I can share my screen. Thank you. I hope this network is better. If it's not better, I'm going back to the previous one. I don't know, Airtel has been bad recently. Naomi, please, can you hear me? Please make me co-host. Thank you. As if people did not let us go on break. Woman is hungry. Man must chop. Okay, while I wait for her to do that, you can hear me, right? But how can I do this without sharing my screen? Are we together? Let me just be using my own body here while I wait for her. Okay, so like I was saying before I broke off, I said this lock functionality, if you're working on you're working for a team and
I'm working on, hi IBK.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I reached out to my fellow colleague to make you the co-host, so she's working on it.
Okay.
Bear with us here. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, my network is bad. Thank you. Okay, so like I was saying, this lock functionality, if you are working on a group project, but you are using your own personal account and you want your team members to come and review your work, maybe you are done working and you want them to review your work, what you can do is you can lock your work. You can lock it up such that when they are coming, they can only see it, they cannot edit it. I do that a lot because sometimes people come and mistakenly, sometimes not everybody that comes in here knows what they are doing or what they should touch and what not to touch. I hope we get what I'm saying. So sometimes mistakenly they can display some things and before you know it, your board is upside down. So it's also very advisable that you lock your screens when you are inviting external people to check your work, to assess your work. So just to make sure that they are not touching anything they shouldn't be touching, they are not moving anything they shouldn't be moving. But they will still see what you did and all that. Okay, are we together, please? Hey, Jesus. Are we together?
Yes.
What my network has gone again. Okay, so we are moving on to the next tool on the layer panel, the sticky notes. That's what we'll be using for our affinity mapping. Okay, so when you click on the sticky notes, this thing, you'll see that it brings out so many colors. Like I said, if you have done your user research, you probably have done for at least 3 participants, at most 5 participants, except if you are doing quantitative. Yeah, if you are doing surveys and interview, you might have a lot of users that you have reached out to. You might have a lot of participants rather. So, but if you are doing interview, you have 3 participants. Like I said, make sure that you're using 1 sticky note for 1 participant, like 1 color. So what I did was I just clicked on it. Did you see what I just do? What I just did rather? So you can just click on any color that you want to use. Click on it.
I can see your screen.
Okay. I've forgotten that. But okay. I've forgotten that they're trying to work on my thing. I think they're still trying to work on it, but you can just click on it, but you can see it, right? If you hover on it, you will see sticky notes, right?
Yes, I've clicked on it.
So
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, and you'll see different colors of sticky notes popping up, right?
Yes.
So click on any of them. If you click on it, you will see that your mouse has turned to a paper, right?
Yes.
Yes, then click on anywhere on the screen where you want to drop it. If you drop it, it will drop. Then just like the text box, the sticky note too has like a box that pops up where you can use it to change the type of the shape. You can use it to change the shape of your sticky notes. You can use it to change the size of your sticky notes. You will see auto. You will see the first one you are seeing on that tab. You can use it to change the shape of your you can use it to.
Hello, we can't see your screen.
Abike, you can now share your screen now. You can share it now. We are already the host.
Oh, okay, beautiful. Thank you. Okay, beautiful.
Naomi Chilaka. I'm gonna look for. No, I'm done.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes. Yeah.
Who did ye? What happened? Let me just Control Z. Okay, so this is my sticky notes. If you click on it, just like your text box, you can see that some stuff are popping up. This first one, if you click on it, please, if I'm breaking up or you cannot hear me, please quickly speak up before I go far. Thank you. So if I click on this first item now, you can see what is popping up, different tools that I can use. So you can change your sticky note to a circle shape. You can see that it has turned to circle shape. If you go there and click again, you can turn it to a text box size. If you go there, so all these ones are just functionality actually. You really don't need all these ones. I'm going to do Control Z. So for just to go back, what I'm doing is just Control Z. I'm going to click on it again. This next one that you're seeing auto. Auto is size. Auto is a size. So you can change the size of the, so if you change the size now, if you click on your sticky notes, if you click on your text box now and you come to your sticky notes, the size that you have chosen, wait though, what's wrong with this thing? Yeah, mine. Yes. Wait first. Are we together, please? Can you see what I'm doing?
Yes.
Oh, let's just keep that one. Okay, maybe because I don't have anything written on it. That's why it's not working. The next one too, or you know what? Let me try to write something on it. Okay, I can write. Okay, so if you click on, you can click on your text, on your sticky notes, and you should be able to write on it. You can try that. You can see what I just typed. I was not seeing the text arrow that was showing before because it was so tiny. So this second part that you're seeing auto, you probably were seeing auto before. So you can change your text size. You can see 24, it just increased. 14, it just decreased. So you can increase it as much as you want. All those ones are just basic functionalities. The next one that we have here, this small A and big A, the type of font, whether you want normal font or you want a stylish font. You can see that I just changed it to a stylish font, but that is not necessary. You can just use a normal font so that it's legible. And also the alignments, you can use center alignment, right alignment, center alignment, left alignment. You can use top alignment, middle alignment, and lower bottom alignment. Well, I'm going to stick with middle alignment and I'm going to stick with middle alignment. Are we together, please?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so to the next one. I don't know if you can see this L letter.
Yes.
Okay, it's showing you the size of your sticky board. I mean your sticky notes. So if you click on it and you select, L means you are on large presently. If you select small, you should reduce. You can see what just happened. Now I'm going to select medium. You can see that it increased a little. Now large, it has increased. So that's what that does. Then this color, it means, okay, maybe you chose a color, you mistakenly chose the same color for your participants. You can come here and change your color, or maybe you just don't like the color. Maybe you just want to change it. You just want to make it fanciful. You can change your colors. You can see the color changes. So these things are actually basic functionalities. If you understand one, you'll be able to understand the other ones. You can see what I just did. This one is called a tag. You can tag your sticky notes. So you can use your tag maybe to write your participant's name on it, but you might not use it anyways. Then you have emojis. That's if you are collaborating as a team and you want to express yourself, you can add emoji. Maybe you like what they wrote or what they did. Maybe you are checking your team's work. I like what they did. You can give them a thumbs up. You can do anything. You can do anything. So that is that about that. Let's move on to the shape. The shape, you'll be needing it for, okay.
Sorry, IBK, mine does not have the emoji and the L, the letter L.
Maybe you did not pay complete money, I'm sure. That's why you did not have it. But check. Are you sure that it's not there? But you can see this pop-up, right? You have this pop-up.
Yes.
So you don't have L, you don't have
Yes.
What did you offend? 1 minute, please. Sorry, 1 minute. Okay, please let's fill the attendance form has been dropped. Thank you. Okay, so to the next tool now, we have the shape tool. Also, let's note that the shape, we're going to use it for when you are doing your user flow. We have less than 30 minutes, you have to be fast. So when you click on the shape, you have different shapes. Different shapes have different use. They have different use, and we'll see that when we are going through our user flow. I'll discuss that further. If you click on any shape now, if I click on this star, hope you can still hear me. If you click on that star now, just draw it where you want to draw it, and you have your star. That's that about the shape tool. Connection line. In case you don't know that, you can draw your connection line from this blue box that is around your shape. You can just come to your layer panel. You can see the next two is your connection line. If you click on it, it's bringing out different types of connection line that you can have. You can have just a straight line. You can see that it's just a straight line. It has no arrow. Or you can change it to the one with arrow.
Hello, how do you get this star, please? I miss it.
Star from your shape. See, that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5. Number 5, that's your shape tool. If you hover on it, you will see shape. It's on your layer panel. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can click on any shape and draw it anywhere you want it. So the next one that I'm talking about, the connection line. I was on the connection line. So you can see that I chose the second one, and that's how we have this arrow right here. Now I'm going to choose the third one. Every of these things is just based on preference, actually. It doesn't really mean anything. You can see the third one. So we have different types of arrow, actually. So everything is just functionality. The next one we have is the pen tool. You can see the pen tool. I don't know what you want to use the pen tool for. It's useless. To me, it's useless. You have the Sharpie, that's the color. What do you call it? Marker. Then all these ones, really, I don't really see anything that you don't need it in this class, in what we require you to do in this class. So you can just keep it. Then we have the comments. Okay, so this one now, it works most for collaboration. Like I said, like you are going to be working in a team. if only one person is working on the affinity mapping, or the person is working on the Miro board, as the case may be, and the other people are coming to check the person's work. So how do I know that you have come to check? How do I know what you're trying to, maybe you have reservations, you have observations, you want me to, you have something that you want me to improve on, or you have something that you want me to take away, you have something you want me to add. How do I communicate that? Because while it allows for collaboration, it means that more than one person can be on the board. But how do we communicate? It's not like we can't be talking on the board. So what do? Use your comments tool. You can see that I clicked on it now. My mouse has turned to like comments tool. So you can drop it anywhere you want to drop your comments. I'm going to drop it on this, beside this sticky note. You can see that it has tagged my comment to this because I clicked on the sticky note. Are we together, please? Hope we are trying these things.
Yes.
Practice make perfect.
Yes.
Beautiful. So you can see, you can type anything now. You can write, this is, you can just give it to give, you can use it to give your reports and just say this is beautiful. I can say, Oga, what thing they do for a year? I don't understand. As in, just use it to communicate, basically. What thing they do for a year? I don't get. So just use it to communicate, basically. The next one is a frame tool, which is what we used from the very beginning. But for some people that missed it, I'm going to try and use it again. Just click on your frame tool, come to your board, draw anywhere, and a frame will appear. You can see that it's saying frame 2 because I already have frame 1. What is my frame 1? Let me go and look for it. You can actually, let me zoom out. Okay, we are even inside my frame 1. Okay, so all what you have been doing is even inside my frame 1. So this is my frame 1, this is my frame 2. You can see that you can even have a frame inside the frame. Nobody cares, as long as you understand what you are doing. So this is my frame, and you can move it. You can see that I just selected it. I just moved it, so I want to move it out. You can expand it. I'm going to try and make it the same size as my, okay, I can't make it the same size. Let me move it a little bit. So you can increase the size. You do it by increasing the zeros, by pushing the zeros. What's wrong with this thing? So you can see that the size have increased. You can increase it by the side. You can do anything with it. It's flexible. Rian says I can't see your screen. Who else cannot see my screen? Let me be sure that it's not Miriam's network. Okay, beautiful. I guess it was your network. Okay, are we together, please? Any questions so far? Because I think we are. Then if you check this place, okay, so you can upload your work to this one, these two that you're seeing. If you click on it, you can upload your work. Maybe you are done and maybe you don't even want your team to come here to come and see it. Or maybe you are working with an employer, you don't want them to come to, you feel like maybe it's not professional enough for telling them to come and check your Miro board. So you can upload it, you can export it. So what it does is, you can see options. Who's that? Whose phone is ringing? Pick your color. Okay, so you can see the options. My device, you can upload via URL. Maybe you want to upload it on the cloud. You can save the file on your computer. You can use, there are several options. You can see Dropbox, OneDrive, and all that. So that is that about that. Then if you click on, you see 3 dots on this your layer panel. It means that there are so many other toolbox, but because this place is full, they kept them here. So if you want to use them, just click on these 3 dots. It will pop them up. Most of the things that are here, we won't be needing it for this class, but feel free to explore them in your own spare time. Okay, so we are done explaining the tools. Do we understand thus far? Are we together?
Yes.
Any feedback, anything you want me to play, maybe you don't understand. Feedback. Are we together? Guys, please speak up.
Yes, we are. It's like this demonstration, you're doing it on a file that you already worked on, because I'm seeing something beside it.
Yes.
Okay.
I hid it before. So that you will not be intimidated. That was this. I don't have it on my own board. So I hid it so that we'll have like plain, yeah.
Okay. And above mine, I can see Untitled as the name of the file, but I can't see any name of your.
See, can you see unique?
Yes.
Yes, that's my own name. So you can just click on it.
Okay.
Can you see it? When you click on it,
okay,
it will bring out so you can name. Thank you so much. I forgot I was supposed to mention that. So everybody, you can name your file, anything you want to. You can use the name of your problem statement. I don't say your problem. You can use the name of your project. Yes, project. Use the name of your project. So write the name, then I don't know, subtitle. So just write it and that's all.
Sorry, how do you get here to the unique? How do you get there? Sorry.
On your own, this you should have Untitled because you have not titled.
Okay.
Yeah, so click on that Untitled. It will bring out a pop-up box.
Sorry, also, where you have free beside your Miro, on mine, it's showing new UI. That's free, yes, mine is showing new UI.
Okay, I think it's based on what you chose. I think I chose UX actually, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
From when I was creating it.
Yes. All those questions that they were asking you. Yes. Okay, so guys, let's quickly dash into what affinity mapping.
Hello, I have a question now.
Is that Gabriel?
No, this is not Gabriel. This is Abi.
Okay.
Yeah, anytime I want to create a new board, it used to bring like a one template out, like one template, meeting and workshop, brainstorming and ideation, a guy workflow and everything. What is all this one for?
Are you on this page? Can you see my screen?
No, as in whenever I want to create a new board, it used to bring out one pop-up out.
Are you saying that
like
you are on
meetings and workshop?
Are you on this screen
meetings, right? Yes.
So what you're saying is when you want to create a new board, like this first thing, you want to press this.
Yes.
It's now saying what?
It will bring out one stuff like this, like a meetings and workshop with some templates inside it, brainstorming and
yeah.
Yes, I can cancel.
So you can cancel it. It's trying to see if it can help you with a template. It's trying to ask you that what are you trying to do so that they can suggest a template that you can use. Do you understand? Yeah. So like I said, guys, you can click on Miro from your workspace. Click on Miro to bring you to this page. So let me go back to my unique. Okay, so we are done with extending the tool. Now, affinity mapping, which is the first thing you're going to do before we go to workflow, is 12 already. I hope you guys are not tired. I guess you probably have. Let's just. Oh, okay. Okay, so.
Who said no? Me, I want to.
Who said no?
She's only speaking for herself now. She's not speaking for us. I'm tired.
He's tired. He's right.
Break since 9 o'clock.
Even me, I'm tired. That's why you can see me. Well, I have something for all of you. You can just bring your straw.
It's not nice, though.
Join me. So sorry. I even me, I don't like doing stretch. If you knew from onset that
like the first time we do like 3 hours stretch.
And we are still going 30 minutes, so because now Abi even wants to go on break. Should we do like 10 minutes break?
No, can't do break again. Let's just finish with it.
So we can
we can just do like 5 or 10 minutes.
Yes, so in case anybody
let's just take a walk around.
Make we use that one body more, just stretch.
5 or 10 minutes.
5 minutes.
But don't log out, Sha.
No, I'm not logging out. 5 minutes. So if you want to put rice on fire, if you want to quickly go and wash the fish.
My sister, how you take no? They do them before. Oh my God.
Those people we want this.
Now that place that they use pour rice on top fire.
Well,
let me rice
I went to bring pepper out of the freezer so that it will defrost.
Imagine.
Mom was chopped. Even me, I'm hungry. I'm hungry already. I've not had breakfast. I'm not a very early eater, so it is well. So anybody that wants to go and buy biscuits or something, quickly do it. So we have 5 minutes.
Those who that want to go and cook beans, go and cook your beans. So.
Well, for the rest of us that are resilient and we are strong in the Lord, and you don't need any rice putting on fire or whatever. If you have any question or anything you would need me to quickly talk about in these 5 minutes, you have the floor. Anything, any observation, anything you would like me to talk about, any clarifications, this is your time.
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah, when doing your
you be forming. So if I don't, okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, the question I want to ask is that when doing all this research and everything, does someone feel like someone is doing it right or someone is doing it wrong?
Yeah, like I think somebody asked that question yesterday, that how do you know that you are doing the right thing? Oh,
yes, I am the one.
Yeah. I didn't convince you yesterday. The thing is, there's no, in all these things, there's no right or way or wrong answer, or how do I put it? There's really no way. The only way to know that you are doing the right thing is if you do your research often. Like as often as possible. So by the time you are doing your user research, you have done your affinity mapping, you are doing your user flow, you are designing your wireframe, you are taking it back to the customers, and you are making sure that, okay, is this what they said when you had the interview? Of course, it might not be the same set of people, but what I'm saying is you are testing it as you are designing, as you are moving from one phase to another. You are testing it with the users. That, okay, is this what they really wanted? And also you are checking, because okay, so we are designing for the users, true, but also what you are designing must meet industry standard. Heuristics of UX design. I said we're going to, maybe I should give you people as assignments. God, there's no time. Okay, like I'm saying, of course we are designing for the user, but also what you're designing must meet industry standard. There are some standards, there are some things that there has to be consistency in it. There has to be, so you can't, I'm looking for how best to answer this question. But really, there's no, you can only know what to do. You can only have a checkbox that, okay, this is a list of the things I need to do for my project. Okay, I've done user research, check. I've done affinity mapping, check. I've done this, check. That's the only thing you can do. But the best you can do is, like I said, research. You never stop researching, actually. You never stop going back to your users to make sure that what you are building, what you're doing is in line with what they really want. That's the best way I can really explain this, really.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. 1 minute more.
Yeah, I think while the training was going on, I think I dozed off. I missed something. Sorry. I'm really sorry. So I want to ask the difference between this Miro and Figma. Are they the same?
Okay, we have not touched on Figma. But then Figma is where you do all the heavy lifting, all the designing. Miro-board is just to help you gather your thoughts, all the stuff that you have done in research, to help you organize it. Funny enough, this thing you can do it in Figma, but Figma is not, there are some tools that you can use it for something, but they are not designed for that thing, but you can use it for something. So if you are using it for that thing, you probably will not get optimal results, or you will not get efficient, you will not just enjoy your experience. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can do all things on Figma, but the thing is, there's no sticky note on Figma. You can use shape, you can use text box, everything is on Figma, but there's no sticky notes. Not to now talk of different color of sticky notes. There is no, well, there are shapes of Figma. I'm just saying that there are some tools that are just used for some things, and Miro-board is one of them. Actually, Figma has something close to it, and it's called FigJam. I don't know if anybody has heard of FigJam. Yes. FigJam is like Miro-board, but they are just trying to do one or be Jari. Everybody is used to Miro, and we love Miro, and we're sticking with Miro. Miro to the word. We're not using any FigJam. But then you can exploit, actually. I think FigJam does. I don't think I've even checked it out. I think it does the same thing, but I've gotten some feedbacks from some other colleagues, and they're like, oh, Kojo, Miro, like it's not, when it's not fish, it can't be fish. Yeah. So there's a difference between Figma and Miro-board. Thank you, sir. Gabriel says, you said Miro is for affinity mapping. When and why do we have to use this process? I wish you could speak up. I wish you could speak up so I can.
Okay. So I would like to ask. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please speak.
Okay. I want to ask, is this like the digital version of the whiteboard where you just paste sticky notes and do some diagrams?
Come again.
Okay, is this Miro a digital version of the whiteboard you have like in your office where you post sticky notes and do some diagram?
Exactly. If you have seen some pictures or videos of some UX designers or product designers, usually most of them have a whiteboard behind them, right? Okay, so this is a digital, this is an electronic representation of that. So as a UX designer, actually, you need a whiteboard in your house. But then at this point, like I said, at your level, some things are just, you might not need it for now, but eventually you might, because that's where all the brainstorming, all the ideas, that's where you do it actually, on that board. I hope that's what you are trying to say. I hope I got you right.
Yeah, you got it right.
So all these sticky notes, you're supposed to be doing it like, okay, it's because we are in a class actually, like that's why we are using this electronic. If I'm alone in my room, it's something, if I have a whiteboard, it's something I can just go to my whiteboard and I can use different markers to depict different users, do you get? Or use it to ideate or brainstorm or whatever. Instead of coming to my computer and using electronic, it doesn't make any sense if I'm alone. No. But if you're working with a team and you people are trying to collaborate, of course, you might use your electronic tool like Miro. Okay, so we are back to class. Olusegun, you said you have done your interview, right? Maybe we should use your, excuse me, please. Olusegun, please, can you speak up? Hello.
Hi.
Sorry, guys. Okay, oh, I just got a funny call right now. It looks like my Valentine package am arrived. So somebody just called me that they have a package for me and they're waiting for me outside. So am I supposed to go and get it? I feel like somebody wants to pull a prank on me. Because really, I'm not expecting a package from anybody, from anywhere. So
Your
I
secret
really
admirer.
so maybe there is. So now I have to leave it and go and collect package. Valentine. Okay. Oh.
Just go and collect it.
Give me. Okay, please give me a minute. Okay, so while let me just share my screen. I want you to be reading up on this thing before I come back. Now, it's on user flow. That is what we are going to talk on next. So quickly read on this. Then you can see. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay,
yes, we can.
You can see this shape. These are the things that you're going to use that my robot to do. This is an example. So just quickly read up. I'll be right back. Thank you. Okay, I'm back. So that's how they pulled the first one on me. They scammed me. They scammed me. See, people rejoicing already. Which one? There was no package. It was a friend pulling my leg. It is well. This life, Sha. I know that one day, me too, I will receive package. Are we together?
Yes,
yes.
we are.
Okay. So have we read up? Have you read up? Let me go back to my robot. Olusegun, yeah, you said that you have done your research, right? You have it with you. Okay. Like how many people did you interview?
We got about 40 plus. Okay, no, sorry. Do you mean the forms?
Did you do any one-to-one interview?
Oh no, we didn't.
Okay, the forms. Okay. There's really no time. I actually wanted us to do something like this. But there's really no time. We have 15 minutes. Really no time. Okay, guys, should we use his form? Maybe we should just take 2 of his form and do something like that. Or should I use this one that is on my screen to explain what affinity mapping is? Guys, I need your responses.
I think you should use his form. So that's
Abdulaziz, this money, get this life and get money. Now, so get money so that somebody will not be playing the first one on you. Okay, I think that was Rosemary says we should use his own. Please, I need responses. Should we use his own or should I use my own? We have just 15 minutes before the end of class.
I think you should.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Okay.
I think you should use.
Okay. Shay, can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so you are going to be very fast as you can be. Is your phone with you right now, like where you are?
Yes.
Hey, this your yes is not. It's not sounding like yes.
I'm wondering how to share it. That's the thing.
No. Is it with you? Just answer my question.
What's that?
Your form, the interview forms.
Yes. Do you mean the responses or the form itself?
Yes, now the responses. Or have you not gotten any response?
We have.
Let's just use one or two so that I can use it to just show you what is expected of you. So this is one. Okay, so please quickly, like sharp. So are you with the first form? So I'm going to tag this first one. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing. Please, you might not need to do what I do right now so that you don't miss out on anything and you don't keep taking me back, asking me, how did you do that? How did you do that? So let's just try and pay attention to what I'm doing and try to grasp as much as possible. I think the class is recorded, so you can always go back and watch to understand what I did. Is that fine? Okay, so Oluwasei. Okay, so the first one, I'm going to tag it.
We can't hear you again now. Or is it my
Yeah, we can't hear her also.
No, it's not your network. Can't hear her.
Hi, BK, where are you?
Yes, I'm sorry, my network tripped off. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Hey, please, DPD admin, please, if you can hear me, I need you to make Hello, can anybody hear me? Hello, can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I
Yes.
can.
Yes, we can hear you.
Glory to God. Sorry for the break in transmission. My network is just, well, now Nigeria all of us dey sha, so we know as they go. Okay, so okay, so my first, I'm going to use add tag. Just like I said, pay attention to what I'm doing, and you can do yours later. So I'm going to add tag to call it
IBK, you're breaking.
Then you create. Down to go about this network. Am I still breaking up? Am I still breaking up?
It's fine now.
Okay. I'm so sorry. Guys, I'm really sorry. Let's just manage ourselves right now. Okay, so second one, I'm going to add a tag participant 2. Olusheyi, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I need you to read out your question and the response. Okay, so can you see what just happened? I did Control D. I'm duplicating the sticky notes. So that's just what I just did now, so that I can get the comments from Olusheyi. Okay, Olusheyi, please read on.
Okay, so the first question here is age.
Let me zoom in. Okay. Sorry, what's your problem, Abi? What's your project again?
Okay, so is a study to understand the problems people face that prevent them from going for a regular health checkup.
Let me just write regular health checkup. Right now, we might still change it or point it better. Okay, so first person, age is what?
Age is between 15 to 25.
The range. Abi?
Say what?
Abi? I said you use the range instead of telling them to write.
Yes, exactly.
Their particular age.
Yeah.
Okay. Please, I need you to define it.
Okay, next is gender.
Yeah.
So that's a male for this person.
Okay.
Next is state of residence.
State of
residence.
Okay.
Kaduna State.
Okay.
Next
Are you in
is,
Kaduna?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Okay, next.
Next is any specific health challenge.
Okay.
So this person has yes.
What is
yes.
it? Do you ask? Do you ask a follow-up question? What the challenge is?
No.
Okay, so you see what I'm talking about follow-up questions. Like I said, when you do, you can see now, because it's a survey, you know, you really couldn't ask the person the further question, because surveys, you already have a pre-stated, or there's a script. Let me just read that. There's a script that you cannot change, and you just give it to them and they just fill it and they return it back to you. So that's the disadvantage of using surveys and using stuff like that. But if it was an interview, I'm sure that you would have done that. If it was a face-to-face interview, you would have been pushed to ask, okay, what's the health challenge? I guess, right?
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know why we did that was because
that's why we actually.
Why we did that was because, you know, people might not be very free to mention their health challenge when they don't know you. So
no, you can,
because in the option, so we put prefer not to say, and some people still click that.
And if he now says, well, we are going for interviews, okay. let them to this thing. We are trying to develop no right or wrong answer. Funny enough, when you're even doing your interviews, I don't know if Mr. Muyiwa mentioned that to you, we really don't need the name of the participants. So even that alone will make them rest assured that, okay, you don't know my name. So even if I give you all the information, you really can't tie it to me. Do you get? So that's rule number one. You don't really need their name. You can use other things. You can use like A, B, C, or you can use like P1, P2, P3. Are we together, please? Do you understand what I'm saying? So in a way, that makes them want to be more freer since they're not giving you their details, like their name and all that. Are we together, please?
Yes, we are together.
So there are some things that you really don't just assume that the person will not share. Let's just find a way to let them know that, okay, we are conducting a research because we're trying to come up with a solution concerning healthcare, blah, 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 and we need your honest opinion. There is really no right or wrong answer because someone might be thinking, some might even want to lie that they have health challenge. They might be thinking, if they say no, maybe that's a wrong, maybe no is a wrong answer. Or if maybe yes is a wrong answer. So they might want to say no. So you let them know from onset that, okay, there's really no wrong or right answer. We really just want to know your next opinion so that it can help us in the solution we're trying to build. So do you understand? Are we together, please? So every other person that is yet to do the interview, please take notes. That's why we said face-to-face interview is really the best, really. You'll be able to get quality and not just quantity. Okay, what's the next thing? What's the next question we have? We have just 3 minutes.
Okay, so after that we have, do you think regular health checkup is beneficial?
Okay.
So the response was yes.
Okay. Next thing.
That has a follow-up question. If yes or no, why? So the person said enables you to update about your health condition.
Okay.
So next question is, how often do you think one should go for health checkup? The response was monthly.
Okay.
So next question is, how often do you go
Hold
for
on,
health?
please. Hold on,
Okay.
please.
All right.
Like you can see what I did for this guy now. You really don't need to, you might not write it the way they say it. You can rephrase, but just make sure that you're not losing out the information in what they said. Like what you said now, you said the person said they think it's important to go for health care. And I'm sure this is not what you said, but I recoined it and I said, okay, what they mean is awareness about health condition. That's why they think it is good, right? I think he's still saying the same thing, right?
Yep.
Okay, so the next one, sorry, I missed that.
Okay. How often do you go for health checkup?
How often? Okay. What's their response?
Monthly. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, how many questions do we have more?
We have about 4 questions.
Okay, you know what? Let's cut the chase. And these are actually the most thing. You see all this age, some of them, well, it depends on your research. Some of them might not be important. I would have said, okay, let's just finish. Maybe you people will not join the class on time because you need to do this. But yeah.
Okay.
The next question.
When you go for health checkups, what motivates you to do so?
Okay.
So the person responded by saying, my health is paramount.
Is that what the person said?
Yes.
Okay.
Where do you prefer to have your health checkup?
Priority. Okay. What did the person say?
Hospital.
Is there any other place we can have it, by the way?
The options we have here are hospital or home.
Okay.
Maybe home checkup.
Okay. Okay. For somebody that can afford it, sure.
Yeah. What constraints prevent you from going for health checkup?
Okay.
Person wrote cost.
Okay. Most likely, 99% of Nigerians, it will be costs. Okay.
All right. What challenges do you face when you go for health checkups? So here we have the person checked these options: waiting time, locating the nearest hospital, and doctor's strike.
Waiting time. Locating the nearest hospital. And doctor, what did you call it?
Doctor strike.
What's that?
Strike.
Okay, strike. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are 3 points right there.
Yeah.
Let's take notes.
Okay. So
What else?
how does this challenge make you feel?
I thought you said four questions. Have we not passed 4?
Okay, so this is the second to the last one I'm reading.
You scammed us. Okay. Oh. Yeah, what's the next thing?
Yeah, bad. That was his response.
What was the question? Sorry.
How does this challenge make you feel?
Okay. Yeah.
Bad.
Can you see what just happened? Okay, so I tried creating another sticky note.
Hello, IBK. Please, you need to end this class now. I need to start their soft skill class.
Okay. Can you give us 5 minutes? Can we have 5 minutes? Motun, I think that's Motoraya, right?
I think we can schedule another class now, like probably after the soft skills. If it's just for 10 to 20 minutes.
That's up to them. So, well, guys, I think this is the end of the road for us today. Like I said, I'll send you the slides, and but I hope you've been able to understand at least a little bit how you pick what you need from your interviews. But I wish we had an extensive class though, but then this is all we have so far. Feedbacks, anything before we go. The landlord has come to chase us out of the house. So. Yes, Esther, I'll send the slides. Oh, I'm sorry. I just saw your message, DPT design. I'm so sorry. Anybody has anything to say? Because we are going right now. They need to end this class.